everybody. Let me know if you can hear me okay. Oh, I didn't do my lighting. I didn't put on my lighting. Hold on. Let's see. Oh, that's bright. What happened? Okay. There. That's better. Okay. And then I need my other lights. Sorry, you guys. I forgot to do my lighting. There we go. I'm live. Thank you, Debs. All right. It's Friday. We made it. We made it. It was well, for Desiree and I, it was like our first week back to work, like our first full week going back to work after being on vacation, which is always difficult, right? So I was very happy when today came, when today came. But grateful, right? Because I felt good, I felt ready, and I'm looking for this. All right, I felt good, I felt ready to go, and that was, I mean, that's good, right? That's what vacation is supposed to do, right? Kind of help you relax and unwind and kind of recharge your batteries. So I feel like, we were able to do that. So I'm going to I didn't I scheduled the live this morning, but I forgot to make it public, so it's like a pop-up, I guess. But I'm gonna light some. I don't like the smell. I do have sage. Oh, that's a good song. Hey, Clint. Yeah, like I like sage, but I think I prefer these like sage sticks. These are like Japanese style. So they kind of look like this. See, they're smaller and they don't have like the stick. Like the other ones have like the wooden stick and they're a little bit thicker. These burn better, I guess is what I'll say. So I want to light my candle. Ah, Clint, how is your day? How is your day? I was about to blow it out, but I was like, no, let's light the candle first. There we go. Hey, Eunartha. You cannot forget. You cannot forget. It's Friday. There we go. Card pulls after. Oh, no, not today. Next week. Yeah, next week because we just did it last week. I'm maintaining. Okay. I mean, that's okay too, right? That's okay too. Sometimes that's the best that we could do is just maintain. Hold space. All right, so I have that going. Where did here it is. I'm like, I have a little, like a little lotus flower thingy that I put my scent, but the little thing goes like here in the center and it's jammed with something. See, it's like a little lotus that's kind of all burned up because, you know, I put this in here all kinds of ways because the center one is jammed up and I haven't figured out how to unjam it. So there. We have our fire going. We have our sage. We're cleansing the air. We have our earth. I have my, oh no, my water is empty. So we got to fill it. I like to try to have all the little elements. Look, this is so cute. This, when I bought my glass dip pen, it came with, oh my gosh, Unortha. Thank you. Thank you. I appreciate you, friend. Thank you. I'm touched by your kindness. I haven't cried all week, so now I feel like crying. Actually, I don't think I've cried I haven't cried since like well before the trip. So I was doing good. I was gonna pour from here, but I think it will be a little bit too crazy, so I think I'm just gonna get some water from right next door so I can have my little water. Yeah, because I got this glass at when I bought the glass dip pen, and at first I was like, well, that's so teeny tiny. I don't know what I would do with it. I guess if you wanted to kind of like not ink a pen and just use a glass dip, you would pour the ink in here. But there. Okay, so we have our water, we have our crystals, we have our air, our feather, fire. We are good. We are good. I feel like I think I brought all of like my sage and my all my sprays. I brought them to work, you guys. I brought them to work because I feel like I need to have that there. Also, at work, I set up like a little crystal grid on my desk. You know, for my own, this is just part of my own little practice. And twice now I've gone in and discovered that somebody has been messing around with the crystals that are on the crystal grid, which I don't understand how you could think that it's okay to go into somebody else's cubicle and touch the things on their workspace. Like I would never do that to anybody else, and I don't understand like why people think that that's okay to do, but they have, and I can tell because the grid has the seed of life pattern on it, and so each crystal is on a very specific place on the grid. And so I come back and like Desiree had given me these crystals. They're like quartz, but they're like very fine and they look like little points, right? And so I had them inside inside the little marking. The little marking looks like an oval like that, and then I had the little crystals in there. And then I come back and the crystals have been like rearranged or moved around, and I'm like, how do you think that that is okay? Like that is not cool. So anyways, I had to bring, and I'm not playing, you guys. I have my sage spray there. I brought my black salt with me, and I like salt the entrance to my cube because people go when you're not there and they just, I don't know what they're doing. I'm like, dude, get it together. So yeah, cleanse space, cleansing the energy. All of our friends are here. Hi everybody. Oh, so let me see. Amia, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. Diamond, how are you? I feel like I haven't seen you in a minute. How are you doing? And Trista, hi, welcome in. I'm here, but I need a nap, so no offense. Okay. None taken, Trista. I have been told many times that the sound of my voice puts people to sleep. So, I'm kind of used to that. If you fall asleep, it'll be okay. You'll fall asleep in good company. Oh, Amia's in a lot of pain. Oh, I'm sorry to hear that, my friend. We can definitely send you some loving energy so that you can get better soon. Oh, it's good to see everybody. But it's kind of, it's nice to be back. It's nice to be like kind of in your routine. And I have been like in and out of a routine because I've been going through this period of change. So I'm also changing my routines or finding a way to make my new routines work or my new life work around the things that I do. So, it's kind of like a trial and error type of thing. Hi, Michael Stevens. How are you? Michael Stevens, did you write? Did you write, Michael Stevens? I want to know if you wrote the article that we suggested. You have to get another operation? Oh, I'm sorry. I hope it's better this time around. I hope it's better. You did? Good. How did it go? I want to know. How did it go? Yes, friends, thank you so much. Oh, you know what? Oh, here it is right here. Let's clear. We gotta protect our space. We gotta protect our energy. So we'll ring the bell. Ow, I just burned myself. I burned myself. Oh, I don't want to burn these ribbons. All right. Beautiful. Here it is. Is it right like this? Friends, please remember to like and subscribe. Okay, wait, what did Michael say? I wrote about the human mood lifter. Okay, it turned out well. I want to be added to the list. Well, actually, they couldn't find the opening of my kidney, so I have to have another operation. Okay. Hi, Bibi. Bibi Tejas. Hi, welcome in. All right, so Eunartha, let me know if you have a question, my dear, because you're first on the list, and then I'll have Michael Stevens. So let me see here. I got Eunartha and Michael Stevens on the list. Okay, great. So Eunartha, tell me, what is your question? Michael Stevens, tell me what's your question. And we'll get it on the list. I kind of, since I was gone a big chunk of April, I'm kind of like using most of the same decks that I used last month. I just kind of swapped out one or two, but everything else is still the same. Excuse me. And I think that they go well with the energy for spring. Oh my God. I wish I could pin comments right now. All right. I woke up feeling powerful and capable today. Yes, I love that. Like, I have what it takes to build the future I want. What's changed? Oh, that's a great question. Oh, I love that so much. Girl, when you wake up and you're feeling that kind of energy, you got to run with it. Did you do anything different today as a result of it? I'm curious. Let me know. I'm going to put my book over here. All right. So for Unortha, we're going to use this deck right here. Will Anthony ever open up to me? Okay, let me write that down before I forget. All right. Okay, I got you. For Unortha, what changed? Oh, that's so good. Not yet, but I have ideas. Ooh, awesome. All right. All right, my friends. And give the deck a shuffle. I feel like I'm doing a lot of things today, so let me see here. All right. Nice deep breath. Ooh, Karen Suki, hi, how are you? It's good to see you. All right, my dears. Okay. I forgot to do not disturb my phone. Hold on, because I'm getting like all these notifications. Oh, I'm back. All right, so we're shuffling the cards and we're reading for Eunartha because Eunartha woke up feeling completely empowered today. And she wants to know, like, what happened? Like, what was that? Do you follow your astrology, Unortha? I'm curious. Because I wonder if there was a planet like that shifted in your chart or something moved into, I don't know enough about it, but like I'm curious. I use an app for my astrology, and in there it has my natal chart, but then it gives me like my daily horoscope. So then it tells me like I could go in for the day and I could see if there's anything moving, like if there's a square or a trine or anything at all. And then it tells me like if it's gonna be like a low energy or high energy type of day. So it's really cool, but I believe in it. Okay. All right. So here it is. Ooh. Unortha, you and I got the same card of the day today. So the first card that came out was the King of Pentacles. I'm going to show it to you because it's pretty cool. I got the King of Pentacles today as my daily card pull. And it had a very specific meaning for me, which was pretty cool. Trista, I actually slept last night. Isn't that such a good feeling? I fell asleep shortly after 2, which is a miracle. It's been months. Oh my gosh. Oh, Trista, I'm glad. I'm glad that you slept and I hope that it was restful. All right. So look at your beautiful card. You have the Emperor, and you see the keyword here, the Empire Builder. I love, sorry, that's not the Emperor, that's the King of Pentacles. But he has Emperor vibes. A lot of people say that of the 4 kings, that the King of Pentacles is probably the closest to the energy of the Emperor. But you can see where he's coming from, the empire builder. So I'm like curious, what are you ready to build? What are you ready to build? You know, in this particular card, the coins are flowing out of your pocket. Ooh, we had a major arcana card. So we have Temperance, the mad scientist. And you know, temperance, like some people say that it's about balance, and I guess it could be, but I think for me, it's like really about finding the sweet spot, right? Like, it's not always going to be 50-50. Sometimes it could be 60-40 or 75-25. It's just about finding the right mix that works for what it is that you're trying to do. But, you know, as you could imagine with that title, Mad Scientist, sometimes there's a lot of trial and error, and you have to keep trying over and over and over again, like a mad scientist. And sometimes when there's a scientist in their laboratory and they're doing all the things. That reminds me of that cartoon Dexter. Was it Dexter's Laboratory? And they would like blow things up sometimes, right? Because you have to keep trying and working with the energy until you find, you know, the one that works for you, you know? So maybe this is signaling that you have finally found your sweet spot, you know? Because she's kind of smiling. She's kind of smiling. Hey, Maria, welcome in. It's good to see you. I woke up thinking how I want to be able to provide for my family now that my father is dying. I think I actually will be. That's ironic with this, you know, this King of Pentacles because, you know, the King of Pentacles, of course, you know, it's connected to the element of earth, But like that's just like all the earthly things too, like our possessions and you know, it could be like career, finances, obviously coin, money, how we take care of the things that we have and how we make our money work for us. So what you're describing is very much in alignment with that King of Pentacles energy. I feel like though sometimes this King of Pentacles energy could be like very overly focused on getting a specific thing done. Um, and it's important that everything, like it's important to know that everything can't be work, 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 work. Like we have to also allow space and time for self-care and for recharging batteries, for taking a step back and looking at the big picture. You know, that comes with temperance too, right? Like sometimes you make a creation and you take a close look at it and you think, oh my gosh, like this looks good, but you might have to take a few steps back and look at it from a different lens. So let's pull out another card and see what else comes up. Let me see. I also got, oh, you got temperance too. Oh, snap. Okay. That's magical because you're getting confirmation, right? You're getting confirmation. All right, Spirit. What else do I need to let her know? Right here. Oh. Whatever it is, Eunartha, that you're working towards, like whatever you're thinking in your head, I feel like you're on the right track. You're definitely on the right track. And you have two majors plus the King of Pentacles. I always like to mention this too, that in a lot of decks, the King of Pentacles, well, let me confirm before I tell you. Let me get the book for this deck. Before I start talking smack. Oh, not in this book. I was gonna say that in a lot of decks, the King of Pentacles is the last card in the deck. But here, she rearranged them. She rearranged them. She made the King of Pentacles the Empire Builder. Where's that? Oh, that'll take forever to find. She probably put him right there, right in the middle. She put him right in the middle. So you have the King of Pentacles, you have Temperance, and then you have the blessing of the Sun. Good vibes only, right? That's positive all the way around. So whatever it is that you've been thinking about or tinkering with, I think it's going to lead to the outcome that you desire. So let me just real quick, because I want to look at that good vibes card. Sometimes in the book, they share something that triggers a thought, right? Okay, so in this card, I'm going to show you right here. Okay. Happiness is a form of resistance. Let yourself enjoy the sunshine. Okay? And it says, this is your glow up moment. Ooh, how is that? Your glow up moment. Remember, you said you woke up and you felt empowered. You felt like you could conquer the world and you could do all kinds of things. Like, maybe it's one of those things like, who cares why? Like, let's just take advantage of the energy. Maybe it's, oh my gosh, BDGBGP. I haven't seen you in a while. How you been? It's good to see you. Thanks for stopping in. So yeah, maybe this is your glow up moment. This is your glow up moment. And I think it's important, like, that when you woke up this morning, you recognized it. I feel like that's critical because sometimes, like, people still active in these YouTube streets. I know. That's great. I'm glad to see you. I'm glad to see you, friend. Okay. So yeah, your glow up moment. Now, look what it says, Eunartha. Skincare routine. Yes, I have a skincare routine. I should make a video on that. Okay. Um, Good vibes here, Eunartha. I want you to pay attention here, right? Good vibes. It arrives with a blast of optimism, clarity, and well-earned confidence. Okay? It's not about perfection or pretending that things are fine. It's about recognizing your own light and letting it shine unapologetically. Unapologetically. Not to plug, but I only need one more sub to start streaming from this particular channel. What? Friends, help us out. Okay, Unortha. Hold on. Unortha. Let me go to your thing. Go to your channel. I'm going to grab your links right here because this is something that we could do. We could help. We could help our friend Unortha if here. All right, you guys. That's the link for Eunartha's channel. Please do me the favor, if you're not already subbed on this channel, if you could support her so that she could start going live, that would be amazing. Okay? That would be amazing. And we could help our people out, right? Eunartha is a beautiful soul. You're welcome. And you know you can always drop your stuff in here. Hold on. Oh my god. There. All right. So yeah, you can always drop your links um and share. That would be so awesome if you could start doing that. Imagine. And then you could like literally share your light. That's so cool. You could share your light. So Unortha, your question was what changed? I think perhaps the recognition, the situation with your dad, and you coming into the realization that something has to shift. I think that you may have to tinker a little bit with what that looks like, right? How do you do that successfully? And just remember, you know, that you are a confident, beautiful soul with something to bring to the world. So do that. Like do that. Okay? That's the link for your page. Wait, what? I didn't put her channel? What the heck? Oh my god. Did I not put hers? I thought hold on. Help me out, Maria. I did the wrong thing. Hold on. Thank you. Alright. Sorry. Okay. I failed. I failed, Unortha. Okay, my friends are gonna help me because I'm like, ooh, I thought I got the link, but I got the wrong link. I'll get it. Thank you. Okay. That is your reading, but I want to pull out an oracle card for you. I want to pull out a card for you. Hold on. I'm not really sure why I still have my cup of coffee here. Like, I just don't understand that. It's been one of those days. All right. So we're going to go with the Quiet Rebel Oracle because it only makes sense. Beautiful. Oh, thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Friends, please remember to like and subscribe and also support. Let's support each other. Let's support each other. Does your mug have little grooves along the top? No. But maybe you saw my lipstick marks on it. See, like there's the mug. This is like a tower, but it washed off the mug because I used the dishwasher. Laura did it! Yay! Awesome! That's awesome. And it only gets better from here. Yes, everybody. It was totally your lipstick. All right, here it is. Cha! I showed you this side. I didn't want you to see the awful side. My lipstick marks. All right, friends. You know, I don't know if it's superstition or what, but this is the shade of lipstick that I use every single time I do a live stream. And I think it's from Sephora, and I don't even know if they still make it, that shade, because you know how they change up their formulations? They're like decks. Like, oh, that deck is out of print. That lipstick is out of print. You gotta get the new version. All right, Eunartha, we're gonna pull an oracle card for you right here. Oh my God, Eunartha, I'm about to show you. Find your truth. That is the message from your spirit team. Find your truth. Do you see that? Oh, is it messing up? Eunartha, get your link and put it into the thing. No, but it says Unortha heard in the link. I don't understand. Okay, find your truth. And that says inner guidance. Okay, so there's a lot of stuff coming up here. Inner guidance. You had the King of Pentacles, good vibes only, the Sun. You had Temperance, and now you're getting this. Find your truth. So let me get to that one. L, that would be under F. Find your truth. And I just love this particular card, right? Because notice how there's like those sunflowers in the back, right? Connection to the sun card. You got all those sunflowers, and then look at that television and notice how the screen is cracked and it's got like the fuzz, right? This is where your parents would have called you and you would come running to find out what was wrong, and it was that they wanted you to move the rabbit ear antennas, right? To try to get the picture back in. The picture is gone, and they want you to get. All right, grr, it kicked me off. So I was showing you this, and I was saying this is where they want you to, Spirit wants you to come, move your antennas so you could receive the message that they are trying to get to you, which is all about finding your truth. And I feel like whatever that truth is going to make you feel even more self-confident, even more empowered. See? Because it fell off the bed or the recliner. The remote. Ah, Lord. See, I grew up before remotes. So it would be like they would call you, you would come like, oh my God, I'm in trouble. And then you would go running, and then they would be like, change the channel. And you'd be like, are you kidding me right now? All right, I'm going to tell you, Eunartha. This is the best reading I've had in years. Aw, Eunartha. Okay, look. The answers you seek lie within, and this card encourages you, like, trust your intuition. Yes, Eunartha, trust your intuition. You got the Temperance card this morning, right? Like, I feel like they speak to you pretty clearly. They speak to you pretty clearly. They want you to engage with them, like, personally, okay? All right, so let's see. Amid external noise and distraction, there's a quiet wisdom inside that knows what's right, and your journey becomes clearer as you tune into the inner guidance, learning to follow your truth without hesitation. And you know what, Eunartha, I'm going to pause right here for a minute because I'm telling you, yeah, Eunartha, connect with your within, but this is something that is so hard for us to do, generally speaking, right? Because a lot of times we receive a little nudge, a little niggle, right? Trust the niggle. But then we question or we second guess or we start like making other interpretations. What if it means this? What if it means that? So what they want you to do is just trust the first message that comes in, because usually that was the right one, right? So let's see here. It's a reminder that your authentic self has the power to illuminate your path. Only illuminate your path. You know how you're going to illuminate it? Like this, with good vibes only. Okay? Only by honoring this voice that's inside of you is what they're saying. By honoring that voice, can you align with your purpose? Let your truth be your compass, guiding you with confidence and certainty, right? I'm gonna give you your stop analyzing. Yes, like that's not what they want. They want you to take the first thing and go with it. And that's actually something that I'm practicing a lot myself, right? Like getting the first thing and just going with it instead of sitting there and trying to make an equation out of the whole thing and figure out if that could potentially be the right. And no, like it's not like that. That's not how your intuition works. So, this says, let your truth be your compass, guiding you with confidence and clarity. And here's your declaration of defiance. I follow my intuition and I allow my truth to guide me. Every time you're feeling like you're starting to question or whatever it is, tell yourself that. I follow my intuition and I allow my truth to guide me. Okay? Now, Eunartha, I don't remember if we've ever talked about this. Do you ever journal? And it's okay if you don't. I'm a big fan of journaling, so I'm forever gonna talk about it. Journaling has made a huge impact in my life, and last December I made the conscientious choice to start journaling every single day. Okay, and that allowed me to connect with spirit faster than I had been doing before. So whether you journal or not, like maybe instead of journaling, you throw down some cards. And if you feel like you get clearer messages with the Uno cards, then do the Uno cards. You don't have to use tarot. You don't have to use any. You could use whatever works for you, right? Throw down the cards. But here's the question that I want you to kind of think about. How can I create more space in my life to listen and act on my inner guidance? Okay. How can I create more space in my life to listen to and act on my inner guidance? And you don't have to answer right now, but that's just something that I want you to think about, right? The next time that you have like a moment of quiet or of reflection, ask yourself that. Like, how can you do this? How can you proactively create more space in order to get those downloads that you're looking for? Because I think a lot of times when people have gifts, it flows to them much easier when they're helping somebody else than when they're trying to help themselves. And that's, I think, natural. So if that's something that you're, working through, it's okay. Like we all, go through that. But yeah, that's the message I have. I feel like spirit really just wants you to trust, right? To trust the messages that you're receiving and to go to them directly, right? And try different things. Don't be afraid to try different things until you develop a system that works for you to get your messages from spirit. That is my message for you, friend. Let me know if um if that makes sense. I literally just heard my You're welcome. Did my sound change? Because I heard like my headset make that noise like when it's shutting down. Hi, Debs. How are you? It's good to see you. All right, so I'm gonna put that away. The sound did change. Okay, hold on 1 segundo. Hold, please. All right, hopefully that's better. Let me know. Walk at a reasonable pace instead, Eunartha. You gotta run. Eunartha. Oh my gosh, you guys. And Eunartha, stop because you didn't have to do that, okay? Mm. All right. It's the same. Okay, tell me this. Is the sound okay or is it just terrible? It's like, do I need to retire my headset? I adore these headsets. Do I have to get new ones? Sounds okay. It totally didn't. It's totally fine. Okay then. Okay, thank you. Whew. All right. So, all right. I'm gonna put this back. Okay, Unortha had to go. That's okay. And I'm gonna put these cards in the deck, and then we're gonna go to Michael Stevens. We're gonna go to Michael Stevens. Had a question. Michael Stevens had a question. And you sound low. Oh, you sound lower. Oh, I don't like that. You just sound lower. Do I need to? I wonder. Let me see. I raised it there. That's super. I raised the volume as best as I could, but I don't know. I want to know, will Anthony and I talk again? All right. I don't know if you guys ever noticed, like, when I shuffle a deck, like, I try to be mindful because sometimes after you shuffle for a while, it starts to bend. You see how this one is kind of developing like a little bit of a bend there? So then what I do is I shuffle from the opposite direction so that I could, shuffle against the bend, right? But I noticed that when you shuffle the right way, the cards shuffle easier. And when you try to go the opposite way, the cards don't want to go. So that's annoying. All right. There. I put that out there. Michael Stevens, I have you on the list. Mine has dirt on it, my cards. That happens sometimes, but that's what happens when you use a deck. They don't stay perfect forever. Even if like part of my practice, I always like to make sure that my hands are clean when I work with my cards. But guess what? Like if you have like lotion on your hands, or even if you didn't, just the oils on your hands, like over time, that leaves a mark on the deck. But I feel like that is what makes your deck your own, you know? So nothing wrong with that. I wish mine were broken in a little bit better. Yeah. Well, you could always do what I did, spill a bottle of water. No, just kidding. Don't do that. Okay. Let's go to this deck here. Let's go to I Am the Artist. This one shuffles great no matter what direction you shuffle in. Oh my gosh. It's a situation, me and my cards. It's a situation. All right. So Michael wants to know, will Anthony ever open up to me? And okay, Michael, you ask a lot of yes no questions. So if that happens, I'm gonna blame you. Oh my gosh. Okay, I accept full responsibility. All right. Will Anthony and I talk again? So I think instead of yes no, I'm going to pull a card for you. I'm going to pull a card for Anthony, and then we'll pull a card for advice. All right. So what is Michael's energy right now with regards? Okay. And then what is Anthony's energy when it comes to Michael? Oh my gosh. That's interesting. All right. Before I pull advice, I'm going to tell you where I'm at, okay? Hold on. So I asked for a card for where your energy is at, Michael, when it comes to Anthony. And we have the Ace of Swords, which in this case is a pencil. And I love that because to me, that tells me that you're ready, right? You're ready for something new and you're ready to write your story, is what I see with that pencil. I wonder if it's a number 2, Ticonderoga. You have a pencil right there. You're ready to go. You want to be able to create a new, reality with Anthony. And then Michael Stevens. This deck has a few extra cards, and one of the extra cards came out for this reading for Anthony. Anthony has come out as the observer. And I don't think I have to explain like what that is. I feel like Anthony is just kind of sitting back and observing the situation. And people do that for different reasons, right? Sometimes they do that because they seek to understand, right? They just want to learn. They just want to learn, so they sit back and they kind of observe the situation before they jump in. So, it could be that. It could be that. Maybe they're just trying to learn a little bit more about you or learn like what makes you tick or get to know like what it is that you might be interested in. And they're just kind of sitting back and watching. Okay. So let's pull out an advice card and we're going to go to our soul flower deck. What's the advice? What is the advice for Michael when it comes to Anthony? What should Michael do? Should Michael say something? Should Michael do something? Should Michael stop doing something? Like, what should Michael do? All right. I'm going to grab the book real quick. It's a beautiful card. It's the hydrangea. I don't know if you're familiar with that plant. It's gorgeous. I bought a hydrangea once and then I killed it instantaneously. And so now I just observe them from far. Okay, so let me show you the card right here. There is hydrangea. Oh, you love orchids, but you got a hydrangea today. Hydrangeas are really pretty. You know the thing? The key word on this card is transmutation, which is when you take something and you transmute it into something new, right? You change the energy. And I think it's an interesting key word for this plant because that's how they get it to bloom in different colors. Like some hydrangeas are white, some are pink, some are blue, some are purple, some are mixed, right? And they kind of tinker with the plant in order to get it to do what they want it to do in terms of color. I want to say that there's something that they do that changes the pH, and so that is what changes the color of the plant. So it's interesting that they're using that keyword transmutation, because then you have to ask yourself, well, what is it that needs to be changed? Like, what is it that needs to change between the two of you? So I'm going to read a little bit from the book, and then you tell me if that makes sense. So it says, we're all affected by the environment, and hydrangea reminds you to reclaim your power. Reclaim your power. By hearing that, reclaim your power, it's almost making me wonder if perhaps there's something that you need to physically do in order to take charge of the situation. Because it almost feels like you might be waiting for them to take the next step, but they're in observation mode. So that's not going to happen. And you have the Ace of Swords. Sword is a masculine energy, so that means it's a card of action, so it requires you to do something. So let's see. And it's interesting because it says, not only have you not only have the ability to overcome perceived obstacles, but you can extinguish them by realizing that you can move through them. So it's kind of like looking at the obstacles and finding a way to transmute what's not working to make it work for what you're trying to get it to do, right? The message is about realizing that our lineage, our stories, and our circumstances shape and influence our reality. They do not define it or us, right? We create that. Hi, Miss Tara D. How are you? It's good to see you. Oh, it's been a while. I just saw your recent video where you were creating what were you doing? You were in your kitchen and you were trying to do something. I can't remember what it was. If it was the corn husk or the other one. I love when you do videos in your kitchen. Everybody loves Miss Terrell D. She's great. She's great. So yeah, Michael, this is the affirmation that I'm going to give to you today, okay? I have the power to create my own story. And that's really powerful because remember you had the Ace of Swords, which instead of a sword, it was a pencil, right? Written communication. And then your affirmation is saying you create your own story. You create your own reality. You create it. You don't let it create for you. Like it doesn't define you. You get to create it for what it is. So maybe what this reading is asking or suggesting is that perhaps you take a next step, an action towards Anthony. And maybe just put it out there. Maybe you just put it out there and you just say, what's going on? Nothing wrong with that. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. I think it's good when we can ask questions and be clear about our, intentions and fully transparent. I think that that means something today, right? In this life that we're living where so many people have like hidden agendas and they keep the truth close to the vest and they don't share everything. They don't want to be vulnerable, but I think it's okay to do that sometimes. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I agree. I agree. I told Michael Stevens I wanted to read his latest piece. So Michael Stevens wrote a piece, and it was on being a human mood shifter, which I think, that human mood shifter, that is a perfect, transmutation because you, in fact, change the energy around the person by boosting the other person's like emotional landscape. So I feel like that's pretty powerful. Hopefully that makes sense to you. Yeah, I had a great card for Michael. Great card for Michael. All right, my dear. Give me your email. Give me your email. There you go. That's how you do it. You're forceful and demanding. Give me your email. Oh, Michael, you're the best. All right. So that's it. Like I only had a couple people on the list and both of them are done. So if there was anybody else that was waiting for a reading, let me know. New York Debs, are you still in the chat? You're welcome. Hi, Avalon the Virgo. Okay. All right, I'll put you on the list, okay? Avalon the Virgo. I love that. Okay. So your question was, I don't want you to get bored. That's so funny. All right. Will Ludovic and I reconcile long distance? Okay, I gotcha. I gotcha on the list, and we're gonna read for you as soon as I get a sip. All right, Ludovic and I, will we reconcile? Oh, is it upside down? Okay. All right, my dears. I already feel like it's starting to get hot. Starting to get hot in here. It's getting hot in here. I need to put on the fan. Oh, the fan is on. What the heck? Mm-mm-mm. All right. Ludovic and I, will we reconcile? I feel like this one. Okay. I'm guessing that you're hoping that the answer to that question is gonna be yes. Is that right, Avalon? Menopause. Yeah. Yeah, that's a sad reality. I've been in and out because apparently there's a slew of UFO files being released by the government tomorrow morning. Oh, that's interesting. Okay. That's interesting. Where would that be released, Karen Suki? What the heck? Way too many cards. Way too many cards. I flipped one over. All right. Will they reconcile? Ooh, the lovers. You have the lovers card that flipped out in my little hands. So the lovers card, you know, obviously it means the lovers, but for me, the lovers card represents a choice. It represents a choice. So let's pull cards around that choice because obviously there's a choice to be made. And it's not just you, right? It's also Ludovic. Ludovic has a choice to make, you have a choice to make, and it depends. If you both choose the same, then yes. So let's pull a card for your energy. For you, I have here the King of Swords. I almost kind of get the idea that you're becoming a little perhaps impatient um with waiting, and you just want to kind of cut to the chase and get to the bottom. Like hurry up, make up your mind, like this is just crazy. So there's yours, and I'm gonna pull a card for Ludovic. Okay, two cards coming out. I do feel impatient often, while I do understand what needs to happen takes time. Okay, I just want to know where I stand. Um, Yeah. All right. Two cards came out for your partner. So, and all right. The first card is here, nine of rods, okay? I think your partner is at the end of their rope. I think they're tired. I think it's been a challenging situation and you know, they're tired. To me it feels like they want it to be over. Um, and the reason that I say that is because the second card here is the Six of Swords, which means like I'm ready to sail off into the sunset and find something a little bit more tranquil and a little bit more peaceful. And I know that that's gonna be a hard message to receive, but I feel like that is what is happening here. And that's why you're experiencing this situation. They're they're tired and they feel like they just want to give up. So their choice is to walk away while your choice is let's just fix it. And I don't know, maybe I'm putting words in your mouth. Maybe you don't want to fix it. Maybe you just want clarity over this whole situation because you have the King of Swords. Maybe you just want clarity because, you know, you just want to know where you stand. So I'm going to pull out an advice card. Okay. Islamic education. Hi, how are you? Welcome in. And yes, the readings are free. I work on donations and, they're not required. But if you feel called to it, I appreciate it. And Um, even if you don't, there's other ways to support channels. You can do that by hitting the like button. You can subscribe. You can share the channel with other people. So, there's other ways to show your appreciation for a reading. Okay. Ooh, you got yarrow, and the keyword is boundaries. The keyword is boundaries. So this says, like a little umbrella or shield, yarrow offers protection from negative energies or toxic situations, and she helps you to build strong, healthy boundaries and compassionate awareness of yourself and of others to avoid unnecessary energy leaks and general depletion as you evolve and grow. So, the short answer is I don't know if it's in your best interest to reconcile with Ludovic. I think it's probably best to let them make their choice and to protect your space. And I'm gonna pause there and you can let me know, if that makes sense for you. So you're saying he's been going through a lot on his end. You could tell because this year, like there's a lot of overwhelm. And for someone that's in this energy, it becomes exhausting. It becomes like even a simple task feels very heavy. It feels like a lot. It's not easy to deal with stuff like that. People get paid by the amount of followers they have. If that's true, that's something new. I've never heard that before. I mean, maybe they do. I don't know. Hi, Kenza. It's nice to meet you. I'll put you on the list, okay? Hey, Scotty. Welcome in. How are you? All right. So, Kenza's question is, does Wagar have my mobile number or not? All right, I have you on the list. Clint, you're still here. All right, so I was waiting for Avalon. I understand it. It makes sense in a way. Okay. Like sometimes this is the best thing that you could do, not just for them, but for yourself, right? Is allow them the space to break, right? To take off and go in their own direction and let them figure out whatever it is that they need to figure out. Because it doesn't mean it's forever either. Like they might just need space to finish handling their situation and recharge their batteries and then figure out. Sometimes people are dealing with so many things and, they just need space to put themselves first and take care of themselves and heal themselves before they can worry about other things and other people. So that could be the best gift that you could give them. People buy subs. I know that. Yeah, I think that that's true. Um, I don't um I don't buy subs. I don't buy subs. I feel like, no, thank you. I'll just, earn my subs organically over time. I'll just grow my subs. But I know people, I'm sure people do that. But like, I don't know, like, what would be the point, right? Because when I post a video, one of the most exciting parts for me is waiting to see like when people watch the video what they thought, reading the comments, engaging with everybody. So when you buy subs and you post a video, if no one is like watching or engaging in the comments, then like what's the sense? For me, the big part of YouTube is building like like that feel of community, having a space where everybody can come and hang out and, and do things together. So if that's not happening, then what would be the point, of buying subs? I mean, I'm sure there is a point somewhere. But uh, for me, that doesn't work. I don't want to have a channel with like thousands of subscribers and this happens to me like sometimes I go to a channel and I watch a video and they have like thousands of subscribers but there's like sometimes no comments or one or two comments and I'm like how could that be? Immediately that tells me that they are probably doing that or they don't reply to the comments. And I know that that takes a lot of time and effort and energy, but I reply to every single comment that I get. Um, because I think it's important. Like, what would be the point otherwise? I thought only ads are what you get paid for. Well, I don't have ads. I mean, I take that back. I have ads on my channel, but I didn't put them there. YouTube put them there. I don't get paid for ads because I'm not fully monetized yet. But when you get fully monetized, if you have ads, then you get paid for the people that watch the ad. So if you have somebody that comes in and skips the ad, then I don't think that there's payment. But again, I don't know. I'm just Islamic education, Kenza. So this space, this community, like this is what we do. We hang out, we read cards, we have conversations, we talk about life. So, um, you know, I'm not really in a rush. This is my Friday, and I like to come here and hang out with everybody in the chat. And I'm not really in a rush. So, hi, Clavis, how are you? So yeah, if you're patient and you hang out, I'll do your reading for you, but yeah. Let's see. I was encouraged by a YouTuber to skip ads because they get paid either way. Oh, that's interesting. And I've been on channels where I've seen the moderators tell people, don't skip the ads, watch the ads from end to end. And I'm like, oh, okay. So I don't know. We are a patient bunch here. But the other thing is too that we enjoy each other's company, so I'm not really in a rush to get through all the, that's not how we work here. Hi, Lucia. How are you? All right. So I think Avalon may have moved on, right? Avalon. I was waiting to see. Okay, I hear you. Thank you so much for tapping on for me. Okay, no problem. It's my pleasure. Thank you for letting me read for you. Okay. Oh, that's what irks me, Karen Suki. Like, I don't mind watching the ads. Like, if the channel is monetized, I'll let the ad play. But I feel like an ad should be reasonable. It shouldn't be a whole other episode. The other day, I let an ad run and it was going for 25 minutes. And I was like, are you kidding me right now? Like, that's not an ad. That's an infomercial. Yeah, I skip all ads. I know, I go back and forth. I have to sleep with the TV on. I don't know if you ever done this, that you fall asleep watching a YouTube channel and then whatever they're talking about goes into your dreams and then you start dreaming about the thing. Oh my gosh. All right. All right, so I'm gonna read for Islamic. Let me know if you're here. This is Islamic education is their name is Kenza, and they want to know if Wagar has their number. That is a yes/no question. That is a yes/no question. Does Wagar have your number? Let me know if you're still here in the chat. Does Wagar still have your number? Yes, like one time I was watching a video and the ad came on and I was like, whoa, the ad was so good. Like I just watched the ad. I just watched the ad. Islamic education. Are you still here? Second call. Second call for Islamic education. Are you here? Well, I don't know if you're here or not. We got the chariot card, and that's the card of moving ahead. That's the card of moving ahead. Okay. So you got the chariot for your yes/no question. The chariot is a card of action. It's a card of moving ahead. It's a card of it's connected to water, Cancer. And I mean sometimes Cancer vibes, I mean, we could get like when you're in that Cancer or Cancerian energy, you could kind of be in your feelings at times, and maybe that stops you from moving forward. I feel like with the chariot on a yes no question, it could be a yes, it could be a no. I always recommend to people if they have a question, try to make it an open-ended question, not a yes/no question, because yes/no is very hard with the tarot. All right. Instead, I'm gonna ask the pendulum, okay? Does Wagar have the number? Does Wagar have the number? That looks like a yes to me. I think you could kind of see on the camera. Oh, I got a gift. Who sent the gift? Oh, Simple. Hi, how are you? Oh, thank you. You're so cute. All right. So the pendulum says yes. Okay. Hopefully you saw that. They have your number. And that, would make sense with the chariot. They have your number. So if they have your number, that means the ball is in their court. Your part of it is done. I get ads about makeup for older. I get all kinds of ads. Some people were saying like that they were watching like a tarot channel and then like religious or Christian ads were coming up, which I thought was interesting. I've never watched a video of mine. I, a lot of my videos don't have ads. The ones that have ads are the ones that have gotten lots of views. When you're welcome, Islamic. Oh, you told me Kenza is your name. You're welcome. So, when you have a video, you put out a video, and for whatever reason that one gets a lot of views, then they immediately start adding ads. And, I don't get any compensation for those ads. They just put ads. So that's why, there's some people that feel like I'm never putting ads on my channel. That's not what my channel is about. But YouTube is, like getting the ad money for that. So I feel like then why not you as well? I don't know. Ugh, I don't know. That's my thought. That's what I was thinking. You need a sugar daddy. Who needs a sugar daddy? You got me, Maria. Oh, snap. Ads for seniors Christian dating. Whoa. Sometimes I get those Oprah infomercials and I'm like, and then I get invested in the story. Oh my God, and then what happened? And then later on, I'm like, oh yeah, I was watching a video and I forgot. I always hope they don't put anything crazy. I know. Yeah, 'cause you don't have a say. I need a sugar daddy. Maria, you need a sugar daddy? I thought you were seeing somebody, Maria. What happened? I don't know. Sometimes I think you're seeing somebody and sometimes I think you're not. I will take one or two sugar mamas. A couple. Okay. I don't know, 'cause sugar mamas and sugar daddies, have expectations. So I'm like, you know what? I'm okay. I'll stay where I am. Yes. Your channel will grow. Your channel will, as I was saying that, the Emperor came out. How's that, Lucia? As I said that, the Emperor came out. I said, your channel will grow. This Emperor cracks me up. I'm in love with my princess. Good. I'm glad. Now, which princess? Because I think like last time was it working out or was it a new person? Is there a new person in your life? You're welcome. Sometimes I shuffle and let the cards talk to me. So since nobody is on the list, because I read for Avalon and I read for Kenza. So if there was anybody that was waiting to ask a question, now's a good time because there's nobody on the list. And if not, we can keep chit-chatting and shuffling cards and see what happens. Get on a dating site. Two of my friends getting married to guys from online. Oh my God, for real, New York Debs? Trista wanted a reading? Trista, do my guides have advice about developing my gifts? Okay, we need the other deck. Where are ya? Right here. We need this one. Spirit guide messages. Wake up. Wake up, guys. The other day I was going through my stuff and I found a prayer that I wrote when I first started reading cards. And it was a prayer where I call in for like love and protection. And I was like, I need to pull that out and I just need to start doing it like regularly, right? So that when I use my pendulum and when I get my cards and I'm connecting with spirit, I know beyond a shadow of a doubt that the messages that I'm getting are the messages that I should be sharing. Trista's mother. Unortha. You guys, Eunartha, drop your links again for the other channel. Eunartha, listen, you guys. Eunartha has two channels. She has this one, Eunartha B, and then she has the other one, Eunartha Hears Voices. And on that channel, she's very close to being able to finally go live on the channel. So please help us because, she needs to have 50 subs on there in order um, to go live. You need 50 subs in order to go live on a channel. So let's see if I could possibly do this correctly. Copy. I did this earlier and I messed it up. Let me see. Needs to recognize and verify. Eunartha heard. Tell me if that works. I don't know how Victor does it. You have to be careful of burnout. So careful. I'll tell you. I'm going to pull this card for Witchy Trista and I'm going to tell you the story of my burnout. I, like, literally, I mean, when spirit talks to me, they're very hardcore. I have to say, sometimes they're very mean to me. No, just kidding. Sometimes they're mean to me. Like, I literally crashed. I literally crashed. I face planted. I'm going to tell you the story in a minute. But right now, spirit. Oh, I messed it up. Okay, Lucia. Lucia got it. Oh no, not the B. Not Unortha B, the other one. Unortha Herd. Look, see if you can find Unortha Herd. I'm all good now. We love you, Unortha. All right, this message is for Trista. Trista wants to know how could she develop her gifts. Hold on. The 30-day challenge got me a video a day for 30 days. Oh, what video a day? I learned a lot about editing and not doing that 30-day challenge. Yeah, yeah. I couldn't do it because it was like too much for me. So I was like, I'll just grow organically, little by little. Every week I'll go live once a week. If I get new friends, great. I put out my video. My goal was I was going to do 2 videos per week. Most of the time I can do it. I do the 2 videos and I just hope and pray for the rest. I have been shy of 100 watch hours that I need in order for the full monetization, and I've been like that since like January of this year. So it's gonna take me a little bit longer, I think. But I was scrolling because I wanted to find Trista. 5 months it took the foot off the gas because I got burnt out. It's hard. Do my guides have advice about developing my gifts? Trista wants to develop her gifts. Spirit, bless me with your presence. I ask for your love and light and protection of my energy, my space, and all that is within. And I ask that only pure divine love come through. Please block all with negative energy, ill intentions, and low vibrations. I call in my spirit guides, my guardian angels, my higher self to help guide my intuition and understand the messages. Thank you for your protection. This is such a beautiful card, Trista, because I think that they do want to, like, I'm not shocked by this. They want to co-create with you. The dream of co-creation. Do you see how beautiful this is? And and it's nice because we still have natural daylight, but look at that. The dream of co-creation. Okay. Is YouTube glitching? Wait, is something wrong? The dream of co-creation. So, this is card number 26 in case you are you know, for the numbers 26. So, I'll show you the card here. Gotta switch laundry out. Okay, Clint. All right. The metaphysics of manifestation, partnership with the universe. I love that. Isn't that beautiful? Partnership with the universe. Evidence of frequency alignment. Oh, this could be a confirmation. This could be a confirmation. Evidence of energy alignment, frequency alignment, unity between spiritual and material. Those are the key words. Those are the key words. Yes, you see, so when I put it in, I copied and pasted. It literally says Eunartha hears or heard, and then, but when you click on the link, it goes someplace else. All right, Trista, this is for you. Within each of us is a spark of infinite intelligence and the blueprint for our purpose. Everything needed for our highest expression is built right into us. Our biggest issue is our disconnection from Source with its accompanying amnesia. Amnesia. I don't know. Like, I think there's probably a reason why we can't remember all the other things, right? Maybe it would be make it too difficult to live this current life if we were thinking about the previous lives. Our job is to wake up and remember who we are, partners with spirit, co-creators. We're not solo manifestors navigating the world while fueled by ego. We are made of energy and we align our energy according to our attention, which is broadcast into the field of abundance and reflected back in the outer world as evidence. That's because like the things that we think before the word comes out of our mouth and the thought is born in our head, we're creating, right? We're creating our reality, which I know that you already know that. Manifestation, divine partnership, frequency alignment. Your question was about developing your gifts. Frequency alignment. I feel like there needs to be an alignment between your energy and spirit. Right now, you have an opportunity to align yourself fully with the essence of your greatest, most fulfilling vision for your life. You are awake. So place your attention on the concept of abundance. Abundance. Multiply this in your heart and your soul and your mind. I mean, that's a lot. It sounds easier than what it actually is. But you take an intention and you multiply that in your heart and your soul and your mind. And then anytime another opposing thought comes in, you cancel, right? You cancel that thought and you go back to the original thought. I think that spirit wants to co-create with you, but for some reason the energy could be slightly off. Manifestation, divine partnership, and frequency alignment. Frequency alignment is what is sticking out to me. Hold on one second. Frequency alignment. I need the other deck. I need my energy deck. This one. We need Shimmering Veil. Things are growing recently. Yes. All right. So we're going to go to this one, Shimmering Veil. This is my energy deck. I think it's a perfect match for this one right here. Co-creation. Frequency alignment. How can she best align her energy so that she can continue? So she can continue. Oh. Oh. You have the King of Fire. Look at that. King of Fire. This deck was a channeled deck, and it's called the Shimmering Veil. The Shimmering Veil. And for me, I feel like it's a very energetic. I feel like if we could, observe energy instead of, bodies, that this is what we would see. So she got the King of Fire. King of Fire right here. I'm gonna do my best. Oh, I agree. Do my best to read it because the font is a little tricky. Hold on. His powerful body, half man, half horse. This centaur straddles worlds. Ooh, straddling two worlds, Trista. Like part of you here, but your energetic part on the other side. Like finding alignment. I kind of like where this is going. Half in the mythic realm, half in ours. Chiron, perhaps, or Cernunnos, the horned god. In his head he holds a shimmering crystal, a crystal lattice showing the understanding of the multiple layers of consciousness. Okay, so hold on. This is hard to see. My God, hold on. Okay, so now what she goes on to say is that in the real world, the Fire King is potent, creative figure, extremely attractive, and a charismatic leader, often protecting energy of the animus. Okay, the intuitive connection with the inner world results in an instinctive understanding of human nature and the ability to get whatever he wants. This is not always wealth, but it is usually about power. Part of this card is talking about having an ability to see deeply and to listen to the unsaid. See deeply, listen to the unsaid. Have you ever explored those concepts, Trista? Yeah, this card is really great. Where did Trista go? Des is she's working, Scotty. She had to do like she has a regular like job, but then like she also does like a side gig doing books for somebody, and I think she was doing that tonight. But she said she was gonna be listening in. Chiron the Wounded Healer. Yeah. I think probably a few ways. Yes. See deeply. Listen to the unsaid. I need to connect with male wild wisdom. That's interesting. You have this card here, the dream of co-creation. And it's interesting that the like you see how he's holding in the book, she calls it the lattice of consciousness. He's holding that in his hands. And then notice how here she kind of has that in the third eye area. Yes, I agree. Trista is very intuitive, and I think a big part of this is also like letting go, um, letting go to a certain extent and trusting more the little nudges that you're getting. Trusting the initial instinct. Frequency alignment. Like when you get the message coming in, do you like take it or do you start to think about what that could mean? Hi, sweetheart. Um, I'm happy to add you to the list, but no more. Yeah, you don't have to post it so many times. Just once is enough, okay? Hi, Angela May. I'll add you to the list, okay? That lattice. I want to look at that lattice. Sweetheart's question is about career. Angela May has a question about any good news this month. All right, Angela May. I know. Simron. Hi, Simron. I'll add you to the list, okay? Simron, career, no job. Okay, I'll add you to the list. All right. Okay. So, Trista, for me, it's that lattice. So hold on, because there's one other card in here that shows that lattice really, really big. Hold on. Yes, it's the High Priestess. I bet you any money. Hold on. Yeah, it's the High Priestess. So that lattice that they're holding on to, that is consciousness. The mythic dimensions of consciousness, intuitive and independent. So when I look at the reaching in to do a reading, when I look at the card for the High Priestess in the book, you see how he's holding that? They call that the lattice, right, of consciousness. And in the High Priestess card, she is holding it in her hands like this. Like, you know, when we're in Truth Wave and Victor says, let's create a ball of energy, and then we slowly expand it until we create a large enough energy ball to step in essence, that is what the high priestess shows, right? Except that here, this creature, right, the centaur, is holding it in his hand, and um, that crystal lattice of consciousness, it says, as we grow, the veil seems to drop between the dimensions. So I feel like as you continue to develop your practice and develop your communication with spirit, you're going to find that it naturally gets easier to gain that wisdom, or the messages that you're trying to get. But I do feel like it's a very slow going process. And I think it was Eunartha earlier that I was saying this to, that sometimes it feels like it's easier for us to receive the messages for other people than it is to receive for ourselves. So my question, no, sweetheart, because I'm still reading for somebody else, and I put you on the list, and you'll, just be patient and wait for your turn, okay? Um, I lost my train of thought, but I feel like with time and with patience, like it's what it says. As you grow and develop, that veil starts to get thinner and thinner until it becomes literally like a portal that you could just step into to get the information and then step right back, right? This character here, the centaur, was like half man, half horse. And what they were saying is that he was straddling two worlds, remember? So I feel like you will have the ability to do that, but it does take time and it takes patience, but you will be able to step in and out, kind of like a portal. I would think of this here, this crystal lattice of consciousness, to be the portal, but it's going to take time for you to grow it. Like the portal here is very small in his hands, but in the high priestess is a much bigger. I think of it like, here's a painting of it on the back of the book. This is like what the high priestess looks like. And you see how she's holding it here. Or you could even visualize that she's like manipulating the energy, and creating it and making it. And so, I think you could kind of visualize as perhaps stepping into that space in order to get that information and then step out. But like that's something that's going to take time, right? To develop. That takes time to develop. But before anything, like the number one thing is trust. Like trusting that what you're getting is, you know, what you're meant to get. Uh Manjulica, hi, how are you? Welcome in. Saint, hello, welcome in. Thanks for being here. Um, Manju, hold on one second. Okay. Did Manju have a question? Okay, tell me about my love life. Currently, no contact. I will add you to the list, okay? Manju. I think we as humans, like, we can't help it. We want everything like, okay, come on, I'm doing all the things. When's it gonna be my turn? The other thing I feel like has impacted me a lot in my journey is like I would hear people say things. Um, I would hear people say things like, "Oh, my spirit guide said this," and my spirit guide, and I would think like, "What? How come they don't speak to me like that? How come they don't talk to me like that?" But now I find myself gaining the messages just in a different way. I'm not receiving them like, oh yeah, like we just sat down for a cup of coffee and they told me this and that. That's not usually how it works. To me, they talk to me in symbols most of the time in my dreams, but sometimes they come through when I'm journaling. When I'm journaling, sometimes things become really, really crystal clear for me, things that I hadn't heard of, or thought of before. I'm feeling bad because I feel like I didn't really answer your question except to say that we have to be patient and we have to keep trying. And I do think that spirit wants to continue to co-create with you. But right now, the energies seem to be off between the two, right? frequency alignment. That is what I keep feeling for you in this reading. So you might even want to ask, you know, spirit in meditation, what does frequency alignment look like for us? You might want to ask that. Oh, okay. Thank you. Sit and ask, like, what does, and maybe they'll show you in visions, like you see sometimes, right? Symbols or imagery in your head when your eyes are closed. Maybe they'll show you, you know, and you ask them, what does it look like when we're in sync? What does it look like when we're working together? What does it look like when we're not working together? And maybe find alignment that way. That's what I'm getting for you. So, I never have enough space for all my decks. I need a bigger desk. All right. So I'm going to set these over here for now. All right, you are welcome. Ooh. The name of the person that you were reading about, that was for Witchy Trista. Hi, Laura. How are you? Welcome in. You're not late. You're right on time. You're right on time. Okay, the next reading is for Sweetheart. So I have on the list I have Sweetheart, and then is Angela May, and then is Simran, and then Manju. So that's the list right now. Okay, so we're gonna read for Sweetheart. Sweetheart's question was about career, so we have to use this deck right here. Oracle of Many Paths. This is like the ultimate career deck. So, and you know I love this deck. You know I love this deck. All right, Sweetheart. Are you here? Are you here? Because the first card already popped out. Are you here? Manju is after the 2. Yeah. I have Sweetheart, and then Angela May, and then Simran, and then Manju. Calling Sweetheart. Sweetheart, are you still here? Where'd you go? What the heck? Sweetheart. Okay. Yes, this weekend is Mother's Day. Thank you, Manju. I appreciate your patience. Thank you. Sweetheart is here. Oh, yes, there you are. Okay. All right, Sweetheart. So the first card has come out for you. Your question was about career. You got card number 45. For me, this looks like a really beautiful card, but I will tell you exactly what this card is. Oh my God. All right, I'm gonna show you. I'll have a cookie. All right, that is the card. You know what this is? This is the 10 of Cups. 10 of Cups is the card of like wish fulfillment. So basically, if you set your intention to your career, it's going to happen for you. But you got to put forth the work. The keywords for this card are alignment, understanding, but also a celebration. This path is a straightforward path, right? As you walk this path, close your eyes and listen. Listen to the bells in the breeze. The sun drenches your skin. You feel alive. It is in this moment that you are met with deep understanding and acceptance. All that has come before now is for a reason, right? Like sometimes you experience struggles and different traumas and situations, but all of that happens for a reason. Oh, Carolina, hi, how are you? Welcome in. All that happens for a reason. Why? So you could experience this moment, but also so you could appreciate it, right? If we didn't have crap moments in life, then when this came along, you wouldn't appreciate it the same way. So I feel like the world is your oyster, pretty much. This is saying that you are going to get what you're hoping for. You just have to work for it. All that follows will be made just for you. You are the universe. You are the universe. And then just so that you know, the tree right there, you see, I'm going to get it a little bit closer. You see how they hung like little bells? And so you could imagine when the wind blows, there's chimes that come from the tree. This tree is a hope tree. This tree is a hope tree. So it wants you to be hopeful. Let me know if you have questions about that, my dear. You guys, Carolina with her Aquarius Tarot Paranormal channel has completely blown up. Oh my gosh, she's doing such great work over there on her channel. It's so awesome. It's so awesome. She got a ton of. I went into her live the other day and there was like 250 people in there. I almost keeled over. I was like, wow, this is amazing. And I was like, it couldn't have happened to a better person. So I'm just so happy for you, friend. I'm so, oh, what does universe want to tell me? Oh my gosh. That's right, sweetheart. Claim it because this for you. That is your message. All right, Laura, putting you on the list. Okay, friends. So for any of my new people in the chat, which would it be? The people waiting, Angela May, Simra, and Manju. Whenever I get a donation, that reading goes first. So I'm going to read for Laura, and then we'll continue with the next person, which is Angela May. April. Hi, April girl. Can I ask a love question? Yeah, I'll put you on the list. 1, 2, 3, 4. You're number 5 at this point, okay? So, but I'll put you on the list. Oh, look, I got hearts. I got hearts, you guys. Oh, there. Thank you so much. Boop. All right, April girl, I'll put you on the list. April girl has my heart because I'm an April girl too. Are you Aries? Are you Aries? I'm just curious. April girl has a question. Sweetheart, sorry, I already read, so I don't do extra questions. I could put you back on the list, but you would have to wait until I do the other people, okay? I have a long list, so I would only be able to do additional questions if I didn't have anybody waiting. But right now, I have a lot of people. I have a lot of people waiting. Of course, 7 of April. Ah, that's awesome. I was 13. There's a lot of Aries in here. Lakeside Laura is also Aries. Yep. All right. April girl, I have you on the list. Okay. I'm going to set this deck aside because there's a few people that have career readings or career questions. So I'm going to use this deck again for that one. So I'm going to put this right over here. We'll come back to it. Oh, yeah, that's right. Scotty is Aries too. I forgot about that. Yeah, Carolina is awesome. Oh my God, Carolina, I wanted to tell you, when I went on the trip, I took my dowsing rods with me and they got baptized over there. I took my rods and I used them to help me find the crystals. So I basically kept going until I got to the spot where they crossed, and then I would stop there and I would start digging. So that's how I used my dowsing rods. It was a lot of fun. I'll be back here again. Okay, thank you so much. And friends, please remember to like and subscribe. Make sure you hit the little thumbs up and the bell. That way you could get notified when I go live. Oh, I know, like using them was amazing. It was amazing. It was a lot of fun. All right. April girl is on the list. So we're gonna do Laura first because Laura did a donation. So hold on. Laura's question is, what does the universe want to tell me? What does the universe want to tell me? We got to go here. All right. Craving a burrito. Yum. All right. Cinco de Mayo. What is that? What did you freeze? Okay. We want a message for Laura. Is that it? I feel like that's it right there. Could it be? Oh my gosh. I don't think I've pulled this card before. It's card number 30. Laura, enough for now and for always. Oh, I feel that deep in my root chakra. Enough for now and for always, Laura. This card says you are enough. This card is about worthiness. It's about having faith in that your needs will be met. Hi, Fatima. I know. That card came out by itself. You saw that, right? And it says you are enough. Where's the book? Because I want to read. Where'd it go? That's empty. There's the deck. Did I put the book in the wrong deck? Oh, it's over here. All right. Fatima card number 30. Enough for now and always. Woo! Okay. It's an amazing feeling to truly understand your needs in life and trust that they will be met. When you have healthy self-esteem, you know you are worthy of the gifts that the universe has bestowed on you, and you comfortably hold space for your success. Your hard work, your focus, and energy are leading you to a fulfilling, abundant experience. I love that so much for you. Now and always. See, Scotty felt it too. Enough for now, enough. I feel like I could read this over and over again. Laura. Laura and everybody. Okay? You are enough. Okay? You're enough right now. You're enough right now. You're enough for always. You're enough for always. I mean, do you see the little coral reef on the top of her head and that fish? That is so good. So you've been using the rods too? Ah, using the rods was so good. Okay, enough for now. And oh, but you know when you use the rods, you gotta call in protection. Okay, you gotta call in protection because it could be. I met with my astrologer because every year I do a solar return reading, and she told me basically she was like, your spirit guides love you. Which I thought was so funny. She's like, your spirit guides love you, but you have to start naming the guides that you want to work with. Because if you don't, basically any energy could step in and provide the answer, right? And that's not what you want. And she's like, in your case, what you probably need to do is call in one spirit guide to kind of like manage the group or the team and give them that task. So I'm totally gonna do that. Oh, the rods were so good. I love that. All right. So Laura, that is your message. That's what spirit wants you to know, that you are enough. Enough for now and enough for always. You're doing all the right things. I feel like that message resonated with a lot of people. Yes, I agree. And I always keep my rods right here. Where did I put them? I just pulled them out a second ago. Oh, they're right here. They got baptized in that quartz mine. They were so good. See? Mine are copper. And they were very chatty. So they're good. I'm going to keep them out. Oh, I should have put them out in the full moon. I put everything out in the full moon the other night. And that was good. All right, Laura. We got to get in the gutter for you. Scotty got a rod and he wants to use it. All right, my people. Laura, thank you for letting me read for you. All right. Any follow-up questions, Miss Laura? Anything that you wanted to? I pulled out the rods and I left them here just in case. And I also have my pendulum. I picked this one up on the trip, and this one is my rose quartz pendulum. Isn't she pretty? She's very chatty. And she's pretty sparkly. She's pretty sparkly. I know, that was so good. Oh, Fatima Farhat wants a reading too. Okay, I'll put you on the list, Fatima, and welcome in. Thank you for being here. Fatima Farhat, 5284. Oh, she's a Sagittarius. Okay, Fatima, got you. All right, so that was for Laura. Next we have Angela May. Angela May, are you still here? No matter what divination tool we use, you gotta call in protection. Yes. Yep, I have mine. I found mine the other day and I was like, I need to start doing that on the regular. Scotty, keep your rod to yourself. That's correct. You have rods in your cart on Amazon. Oh, that's awesome. Okay, I got mine on Amazon too. All right, you always got to use protection, people. Okay, next person was Angela May. Yes, she's present. Okay, so Angela May, and then after Angela May is Simra. Okay, Angela May, you wanted to know what's coming in May. So let's see, the month of May. Well, today's Friday, so let's do the week ahead, right, Angela May? Let's see what's happening for Angela May this week. What is advice that we could give to our friend Angela May? Do not skip that part. Do not skip that part. Okay, this is for Angela May. Message from Spirit for Angela May. What does she need to know as she goes into the week? It's this card right here. Oh, that's interesting. We have a repeat card. It's the King of Pentacles, the Empire Builder. You got the Empire Builder. You know, it's funny because I'm thinking about you and I'm thinking about your neighbor. I'm thinking about you and your neighbor because look, it almost looks like there's two houses, one here and one here. And then the emperor, or sorry, not the emperor. This is the King of Pentacles. The King of Pentacles is right in the middle. So I feel like he is blocking any negative energy coming from the neighbor side of the house. I think you're in good hands this week. Oh, I know. Lately, I need protection without doing anything funky. Yeah. You know, New York Debs, I sometimes I take jewelry pieces and I program them with intentions and then I wear the jewelry piece. Okay, good. So that is your message. You're in good hands and you're protected. And look, he even has his hammer handy. Do you see that in his hand? There's a hammer right there. He's got his hammer. That is your message, my dear. Dye me blue. My hair blue, never done that. You dyed your hair blue? I love that. You like that idea, Laura? I love that you dyed your hair blue. That's awesome. You know, blue is like the color of spirituality, right? Like maybe the high priestess, right? In I think is it in Hindu? Um, is it Hindu where there's a lot of gods that are their skin is blue, right? That's a very special color. Also, it's connected to the throat chakra. I stopped carrying protective crystals. What was I giving off? Now I only carry them when I feel the need. Yeah, yeah. I want my hair purple. Trista sometimes does purple, but I like it when she does teal. Sometimes she does teal. My daughter wanted to do something called Neapolitan. Neapolitan. I don't know if you've heard of this, where it's like part pink and part chocolate and part blonde. And then she went to get a price and it was like $400. She was devastated. She was devastated. That's a lot. All right, so that was for Angela May. And next is Simra. Simra, are you still here? Simra's question was about career. I love teal. Okay, Simra. Okay, we're gonna do your reading now for career. You currently do not have a job, so you want to know what's up. What's up with that? So we're gonna use the Oracle of Many Paths because this I find is a great deck for career readings or life path. What should I do next? Like that type of thing. What choices do I have? What path should I take? Let's clear energy. I feel it feels heavy. As soon as I started, I feel like this heavy weight right here on in my heart space. Have you been stressed out about this, Simra? I am jobless since last October. Okay, Simra. All right. I'm gonna pause here for a moment. This is card number 73. 73. Oh, this is a favorable card. Okay, 73. First of all, I have to say this is the 10 of Pentacles. This is the card of legacy. This is the card of career. This is the card of finances. This is the card of family. This is the card of bringing in the coin and being able to take care of yourself, but also being able to take care of others. So I feel like this is a favorable omen for you. I think it's definitely auspicious. You've been out of a job for a very long time, and I know that right now the job market is just not good. It's hard everywhere that you go. But this card here is kind of giving me the feeling that in due time you're going to receive more of a flow. Do you see how like the water is flowing all through here and coming down into this creek? I feel like there's going to be a beautiful flow for you. So let me pull a couple of extra cards for that 10 of Pentacles. So the 10 of Pentacles is the desired state. Is there anything else that we should be aware of? Is there anything else that Simra needs to know? Wow. Like the idea is being repeated again. Do you see that? How it's pouring from the top like a champagne glass all the way down. I hope that you can see this. You're welcome, Angela May. This one is card number 49. 49. Ooh, again, favorable. This is the King of Cups. And the King of Cups is, it's a position, it's like an energy of leadership, but also this energy is very like high EQ, right? Emotional intelligence. This person is able to manage emotions without getting overwhelmed, which is sometimes difficult because sometimes we get in our feelings and then we get anxiety or stress when things aren't working out. But I feel like you have to kind of channel this higher energy, this King of Cups energy, because so far all the cards that are coming out are incredibly favorable for you. They're very good. I'm gonna get an oracle card for you. It's right over here. I'm going to use this deck here, the Divine Doors, okay? In future, yes, but that means, Simran, let me tell you, that means, I don't know if you heard me earlier talking about we create our reality. So even if this is the future, right? If this is the future and this is the future, you have to see yourself in this future today. Does that make sense? Right? Like you have to visualize yourself in abundance today so that you could get this in the future. I hope that that makes sense to you, right? Because if you worry, like, what if this or what if that, or what if this doesn't work out, and what if that doesn't pan out, and what if I can't do, if you start doing that, then you're not creating this reality. I feel like Spirit wants you to create this reality for yourself. The positive thinking, the wishful thinking. Um, so let's see, a message. A message. Oh, we have this door right here. So in this deck, every door is different. And doors are interesting because a door is like a portal. You open the door, you step into a new space, right? So for this card, it says destiny. Listen to this. It says destiny. One door closes, another one opens for you. Let the plans of destiny unravel true. In other words, one door opens, that means another one is going to open for you. I feel like this is definitely, this reading is about manifesting your future and thinking positive and staying positive. Do you have a vision board by chance? Oh my God, Monsters Inc. A door for a new opportunity. Yes, right? I don't know if you have a vision board. You could create a vision board, but something that I do that I find works really well is the things that I want to create, I write it on a little post-it note and I put it in the mirror in my bathroom. And every day when I wake up, I look at that mirror and I look at those little notes to myself and I just repeat those things to myself. And I feel that that helps me to create the future that I want, not the future that I have today. You ever heard that expression? It says, dress for the job that you want in the future, right? Dress for the job that you want in the future. That's the same essence that I'm getting from this reading. See yourself doing your dream job and make it happen. My vision board is my resume. If that's what works, you put it there. But don't like just put your resume. Put your resume, maybe like an affirmation, a mantra, right? A future self, an image of what the future, your future self would look like once you're doing the things that you want to do. $85 on Amazon. What is? I go naked to the interviews. No, you don't, Scotty. And I also find, like, I take it, Simran, that you're also applying for positions. Are you getting interviews? Do you think that you're in the application phase, or do you think that your resume is getting you interviews? I'll ask you that. Not yet. So that means that there's something with your resume that has to change, right? The whole job of the resume is to get you the interview. The whole point of the interview is to get you the job, right? The resume doesn't get you the job. All the resume does is gets you the interview. So if your resume is not getting you interviews, then change it, tweak it, work with AI, work with ChatGPT or Copilot or one of those tools, and try a different version. Try, like, every time that you create a new application, create a new resume for that. You could create multiple forms of your resume that work for that job description, right? Remember, the whole point of the resume is to get you the interview. And then once you start interviewing, then you know the resume is good. Once you start interviewing, that's when you start to get your practice. That's in my plan. Okay, so I want you to start visualizing yourself doing it, right? Visualize yourself. Look, I'm going to put this one right here. Get a screenshot of that one right there. Let me know when you get the screenshot. Okay, take that and put it as a wallpaper on your phone. And every time you look at it, tell yourself, right? Create an intention for it. Dismissing Scotty? What did he do? um, create an intention for it. And that way, every time you pick up your phone and you go to swipe to open it, you touch your intention every single time. And that way you carry it with you always. It's like a visual reminder of what it is that you're trying to do and what you're trying to accomplish. That's my advice for you, friend. Okay? Remember, you got the card of destiny. The door is right there, waiting to be discovered. You just have to open the right door. You got to knock on the right door. I mean, not for nothing, but that was pretty good. That was a good reading. That was a good reading. I hope you liked it. Oh my gosh. All right. I'm going to put that down. Simran, you are welcome. Thank you. And please remember to hit the like button. I appreciate you. I appreciate you. Before I moved, I sent out 55 resumes by email. I mean, by mail. That was back in the day. It was harder. Nowadays, it's so much easier, you know? And, you know, there's a lot of different tools out there. Use them to your advantage. All right. That was for Simran. Okay, the next person was Manju. Manju, are you here? Manju had a question about their love life. Manju. Interviews are now Zoom calls. Yeah, and working interviews. Yep. And you gotta be prepared. You gotta be prepared. Come up for air. Okay, Manju, you're here. Thank you for being patient and waiting. It's your turn. It's your turn. I feel like all you can see is the sky. Hold on. Let me there. Is that better? I feel like the eye doctor. Better hear one or two? Two or three? Okay. Okay. Now, I talked to this guy today, and he told me he had 4 interviews for a job as a security guard, a part-time security guard, and he had 4 interviews. So, it's not easy out there. Trust me, I know. You got me on the big screen? Can you see my pimples? Somebody told me that I got you on the big screen. You can't hide your pimples. Ah, Manju, love life, no contact. All right, I love reading. Love reading right here. No contact. Order some glasses frames. All right. On the little phone screen. Do you ever like watch lives at nighttime, like when you're in bed? And then like, but you're falling asleep, and then all of a sudden the phone like falls and slaps you in the face? Does that ever happen to anybody? Or am I the only person? Oh, Debs. Thank you. Sometimes the phone hits me and I'm like, oh, that's gonna leave a mark. It's gonna leave a mark. Wow, Lucia. I wake up on my phone. You have like the phone mark on your face. Ooh, okay. No contact. Manju. Am I after? After Manju is April Girl, yes. And then after that was Fatima Farhat. Manju, how long have you been no contact with this person? Manju. I dropped my phone, accidentally hit the buttons while asleep playing a game. Yeah. Almost a month. Okay, okay. A month. I don't think it was your choice. It was the other person's choice, right? Ooh. Oh my goodness gracious. Manju, you have 2 major arcana cards and an ace. Wow. I would like a reading for me, but I'm not asking if she's too busy. Debs, I'll put you on the list. Don't be crazy. Here, I'll put you on the list. I got you. Debs, I got you. Because I'm doing Manju, then I have April Girl, then I have Fatima, and then I have Debs. That's not bad. Okay. Manju, you have been apart, no contact for about a month. The first card that came out was the Ace of Swords, which Ace is a new beginning, right? It's the start. It's number 1 at the beginning. And you can see that lightning bolt. I know this deck can be a little bit humorous at times, but you get the lightning bulb. And in the back, you see that light bulb. You know, do you remember that cartoon? Oh, what's that cartoon with the guy he's like the evil guy that's raising the 2 little girls? Drew is his name. In that cartoon, he says, light bulb. It's like this. It's time to get a new idea. A new idea. But then you got to ask yourself, well, what is that new idea? Is it saying that you need to start over, or is it saying that you have to try a different way with your person? I don't know. Let's find out. The second card is the Magician, the Hustler, right? The Magician. You can see on this card, he's got his bag of tricks. The other thing you see here is a fox, and you know fox is connected to being clever or sly sometimes, being a little bit tricky. But the card of the Magician is really about knowing what tools you have and how to use them. But the shadow side of the Magician can be about misusing what you have in order to get what you want, kind of like manipulating situations. Okay? So you have the spark of madness, you have the hustler, and then the final card, believe it or not, is the world, the mic drop. The world is the final card of the major arcana. It signals the end of something and the beginning of something else, which is interesting because it's just interesting. Here you have the ace, and that's a number 1. Okay? Here you have the magician, which is also a number 1, right? So 2 ones. And then here you have 21, which is the end of the major arcana. This ends the chapter so that you could start a new chapter. So because of the way that these cards are showing up, I feel like this light bulb here, let me go back like this. The light bulb is telling you that perhaps you need to start on a new path, right? You need to kind of clear your head of all your old ideas and start something new. A new inspiration, a new way of thinking about things, a shift in your mindset. This sword is also connected to like communication, the way that we think and process things. But I kind of get the idea. Get it? The idea. I kind of get the idea that you have to change and do something different, right? Hi, Lori. Welcome in. And here we have the hustler. You don't want to put yourself in a position where you have to kind of get the other person to do what you want by force. That's not agreeable, right? So you had this one, and this one here is like to start something new, but then here, mic drop, right? At the end of a Broadway show, what happens? The curtain comes down. The, the curtain closes, the show closes, right? And then you start again. So I feel like what this reading is saying is you have to accept that it's over between the two of you for right now, and try to put yourself into something different, into something new. At the end of the day, you're going to be better for it, even though right now it might not feel that way. But you have this card here. It ends, your reading ends with the mic drop, the world card. And I want to read to you about that card. That's card number 21. It's the last card in the major arcana. Right here. When you own your achievements, you give others permission to do the same, right? It's like when you finally accept that this is over, then you can be free and you can let them be free as well. Should I give the ring back? That's going to be a personal decision. My feeling is yes, you should give the ring back, but we can ask, okay? I'm going to ask the pendulum. Because if you kept the ring, it would feel like this. It would feel tricky if you kept it. Yes. 21 is 3, and 3 is the number of growth and development. So it would be hard to walk away, but you will learn from that situation, okay? All right. So I'm going to ask the pendulum, and hopefully you can see it here, okay? Oh, hold on. I need to connect to power. I'm running out of power. Okay. Close. Hold on. I gotta connect my battery. I gotta connect my battery. Oh, hi, Des. Welcome back. There. It's working. All right. So here we go. So I'm gonna ask the pendulum, okay? Should she give the ring back? Should she give the ring back? Hopefully you can see. We're getting a yes. We're getting a yes. You have to give the ring back. That will be like the best way to end things cleanly. Oh my God, come on. Okay. That will be. Oh, hi, Victor. How are you? That'll be the best way to end things clearly. I have a signal. You didn't have signal? Don't tell me that you were in your basement at a speech competition with Boyo. Ooh, congratulations. That's awesome. All right. Why is the phone not charging? Hold on, people. The phone has to charge. Hold on. Okay. I don't know what is happening. Okay, it says it's charging, so it better stay that way. Okay, so that is my reading for you. That will do. Thank you so much. Thank you. Thank you for letting me read for you, and I hope that you come back again. Okay? And for anybody else that might be hanging out, please remember to hit the like button, subscribe if you feel like this resonates for you. I appreciate you. I feel like I missed a lot in the chat, so I'm sorry. I missed it. I usually find all the best conversations like tomorrow when I start putting the timestamps. All right. So the next person is April. Okay. Let me put stuff away. I gotta make room. And right here. April's question. Thank you so much. Thank you, Manju. All right. She's doing the paranormal stuff, which is so cool. Okay, I don't know why my phone is acting cray cray. It doesn't want to charge. Okay. It's acting crazy. It doesn't want to charge. I gotta connect it to power somehow. I gotta connect it to power. And she was ending it. No, I don't want to end. I can't end. I can't end the live. I gotta find a way to connect to power. Hold on. Please be patient and talk amongst yourselves. Talk amongst yourselves while I figure out how to get plugged in. Because the plug is all the way down there. The plug is all the way down there. Let's see. Can you reach? Oh my God. How about that? And then here. I did it. I did it. All right, it's working. Okay. Oh, that's so cool. Yeah, but you could still go. You could totally still go. Scotty's playing hard to get. All right, so that was for Manju. April girl, what was your question? April girl, well, you have to change it. Change what? Sorry, what was your question, April girl? Let me know what your question is. And then after April girl is Fatima Farhit. Oh, Fatima Farhit is not here right now. So I'm gonna do April girl. Fatima's not here, and then after that is New York Debs. All right. John Jordan feeling for me. It is my crush, and I asked him to block me after a fight. Oh no, no contact since a week. I think I'm in love with him. Aww. There can only be one Fatima. I adore her. All right. Let's use this deck right here. We're gonna use this one right here. I am the artist. Okay. So you got mad and you told them, I don't care, block me. And that's okay. Like, that happens. Sometimes in the heat of the moment, we say things that we don't mean. Yes. Yes. I know that Aries. I watched a video the other day and the girl called it my Aries rage. My Aries rage took over. So I totally get that. Your Aries rage took over and you said, block me then. And he said, fine. And then he blocked you. And now there's no contact. All right. So what I'm going to do is like a little bit of a, I don't know. I'm going to pull a card. Pull a card for your energy. Oh my God. For you, the Three of Swords, you're heartbroken, devastated. You're at an impasse and you don't know what to do. It's like when your emotions are so overwhelmed that it makes it hard to think straight. So that's where you're at. So now let's see where is he at? Where he didn't want to block me. No. But you know, these where is he at? Look what came out, the Tower. I feel like this was just as hard for him as it is for you. To him, his world is falling apart right now. His world is falling apart. I discovered a third party. Now, hold on a second, April girl. What does that mean? You discovered that he was cheating? Was he cheating? No. Okay. What was the third party? You said that you discovered a third party. He was with. Wait, he was with who? He was with her. Are you the third party or is the other girl the third party? Is it like a love triangle? 3D party? I'm confused. I know. I didn't know about. You didn't know about the other girl. So you're the third party. Is that right? He's in a relationship with somebody else? He's in a relationship with somebody else and you found out about it. I was just a crush. Okay. And you found out, having hope. Oh my gosh. No wonder these heavy cards are, um, yeah, nobody wants to be the third wheel. I asked to block me. You asked them to block you. So, what do you want to do, April girl? Like, do you want to go back even though you know that there's a third person? I know I'm asking you a lot of questions at once, so I'll try to be patient. Because she loves him, Scotty. I think he dropped the other girl too. And it's been a week. A week is not a long time in the grand scheme of things. So I feel like anything is possible. What happens if you try to contact him? Have you done that? Drop in and move on easy. I know, I don't like that they tricked you. I don't like that they tricked you. Yeah, that's why there's a tower. That's why the tower came out. I guess I want to know what you want before I pull the advice card. Because to me, it sounds like you want to get back with him. And maybe if he let go of the other girl, that could be a possibility. So I'm going to wait until you tell me what he feels. He feels like he's going like his world crumbled. He had his cake and he was eating it too, and now everybody found out the truth and his world is falling apart. That's what happens. You know that expression like, "Oh, it's too good to be true." He was enjoying. He was enjoying your company. He was enjoying the other person, and everything was copacetic for a while. But now everybody found out the truth, and everybody's heated and angry, and people are upset. I'm sure you're not the only one. The other girl is also like this. He's not with her anymore. Do you have proof? I feel like a person could potentially love two people, but in different ways. So I'm sure of that. Okay. So in the end, what is it that you want? If he wanted to fix things, you're open with that? Get your own cake. Are you open to that? Like you want to fix it? Just just what April girl tell me. Okay. Laura's right ear is ringing badly. He is willing to cheat. I'm spiritual, so I feel people. Okay. Time for a download. Yeah, for real. All right. I feel like, April girl, I'm like asking you the same question, but I haven't gotten the response from you. You feel his energy. Yeah. But that could be sexual energy. What you could be feeling is sexual energy. Do you want to fix things with him? All right. I'm just going to pull a card. Oh, okay. It came out by itself. We have the Hermit. So I feel like it might be time for you to take a little bit of a break and sit with everything that has just gone down and try to make sense of it. This card is the card of self-reflection. And you can see the little lantern, they're covered from head to toe. Like this is the card of kind of figuring it out. So for right now, the answer is you need to take some space because you're dealing with a lot right now. And also, he is. I mean, it's his own fault, but he is going through a lot of stuff right now. It feels like right now There's too much going on, too many emotions for there to be a resolution. Like it would be in the heat, it would be done in the heat of the moment. I feel like the best thing right now is to kind of take a step back. The question is, does he feel me? I don't know how that would change things for you. I don't know how that would change things for you. All right, let's see. Oh, it's okay. Does he love her? You see that, right? That's a no. You see it, right? That's a no. Is he lusting after her? Is he? Is he lusting after her? No. I'm gonna ask one last question. Does he feel bad for what he did? Yes. Yes. So what you're feeling, my dear, is the fact that he feels bad about what he did. He feels bad about what he did. The tower, the tower made all of this. Well, the tower was the card for his energy, and that makes sense. You know, if you're a person that was maybe a little bit not honest, right? Because you ever see somebody, they get mad because they got caught. It has nothing to do with feelings. In his case, like the lies that he told crumbled apart, and that's why there's a tower. The lies that he was telling, those fell apart. His tower, his lie fell apart. I do feel like he feels bad about it. And in a tower moment, you could feel like you're displaced, like you don't know what to do or where to start or how to pick up the pieces, right? So he could be feeling all of those things, but that doesn't say anything about how he feels about you. This tower could be that he's devastated that he lost the other person. You don't know that. I asked the pendulum, and the pendulum says, no, he was not in love with you. No, he was not lusting after you, but yes, he feels terrible about what he did. We never met. I'm very confused right now, April girl. Oh, thank you. Okay. All right. I hope that everything works out for you, my dear. Best wishes. Thank you for being a member. I like my members are here. Victor is here, and Laura is here, and Desiree is here. Yay! Eunartha was here earlier. She's also a channel member. And Viviana came, she left comments last night on the videos, but I haven't had a chance to go and um see them all. My gosh. Desiree, our video got so many comments. Have you had a chance to look? It's not easy. Like, it's not easy when you're expecting one answer, but you get a different answer. That's okay. And, you know, she got the hermit card, so maybe that's what she needs, is to like take a step back and, you know, like reflect. That it's hard because you got to absorb all of that, and it's not easy to accept the truth, especially when you wanted it to work. Yeah. Yeah. Yes. Well, in the beginning, she said, like, I think I love him. So I thought that they had, you know, like um, they had something. So yeah, it's hard. I think sometimes people go to multiple channels too to get readings, and then they, you know, they get different messages. And I think the more readings you get on the same topic, the more overwhelming it becomes. All right. That was for April Girl. The next person was a new person to the channel, Fatima Farhat, but I don't see. Both Fatimas have taken off. Both of our Fatimas have left us. Last call for Fatima Farhat. Moving on to New York Debs. Okay. Yeah. All right, Debs, my beautiful person. What is your question, my dear? What is the question? Yeah, we had a lot of people tonight. A lot of new people that came in tonight. Yeah, Debs had a question, but I don't think she told me what the question was. Her question last week was powerful. It does, especially because sometimes people come here and they read cards, right? But they are looking for confirmation on a reading that they've done for themselves. I've had that happen before. I've had people come to my channel that I know are card readers, and they ask for a reading, and there's nothing wrong with that, because I think sometimes when we're too close to the situation, it's helpful to get an outside third party approach. I have asked Desiree to read for me before. So, sometimes you need that. And they've said thank you for the reading. That is, I'm getting the confirmation that I needed. It's like I got that same message, but I wasn't sure, so I asked again. But some people never want to accept the truth. You know, there's a person that has gone around to many of our channels asking the same question repeatedly. And the other night I went to see Bill over at the 999 show. No, he was on Tools of Fortune, and they were there getting the same reading, and Bill was delivering the same message that I think all of us have, you know, shared with her. And she just kept saying the same thing over and over again, like, oh my gosh, you're so smart, you're so spiritual, thank you so much, this is how I feel. And I was just like, oh my gosh, I can't believe it. It's like deja vu. Hi, John. Welcome in. But yeah, it's hard sometimes for people. If me, it's me. If not, then who am I? It's John. John. All right, Debs, what's your question? I've been seeing wild stuff from Father Sky lately. Who? I think Karen Suki said that there were some UFO sightings being released. I've done that when I was in my dark days. Yeah, it's hard. It's hard when you don't want to accept something. John has been working hard for the money. No question, just general. You know what that means. We're gonna get my questions deck because I love this deck and I miss it. All right, we have a general reading for New York Debs, no question. So, Spirit, what question can we focus on for my friends? This one feels good. This one feels good. Ooh. I'm gonna show it to you even though I think that Soxipili High. I don't know if I pronounced that properly. If I did, my apologies. Desiree didn't train me right. Desiree didn't train me right. But hi and welcome in. This is the question that came out. Do you see that? Where am I doing too much? Where am I doing too much? I feel like this question makes all the sense. Oh, I did. Okay, thank you. I take it back. Desiree trained me well. We practiced. We practiced on our trip. Where am I doing too much? New York Debs, I don't know. I feel like that kind of works for you. Where am I doing too much? Okay, let's see. What does Spirit have to say? What do you have to say for yourself, young lady? Let's go. I'm Fatima's brother. Your sister was here earlier, but she went to sleep, I think. I've been a taxi cab. Oh, I think you've been more than that. Where is she doing too much, Spirit? That's too many cards. No. Where is she doing too much? Mm. All right. I feel like we got to give the deck a shuffle. Hold on. A shuffle and wow. You're doing way too much in this chat. Oh my goodness. Okay. Listen to me. You're doing way too much. I feel like you are trying to be so positive and so optimistic and carry you and your partner through a difficult situation, and it gets exhausting and you could potentially burn out is what I feel with this card. I feel like you're close to burnout. Oh, we were talking about that earlier and I told you I was going to tell you my story. Here I think I'm a slacker. No, I think you care a lot. I think you care a lot. I think that you love deeply. And I think that because of that, you seek uh, you seek the answer or you seek the solution. And I think sometimes you overextend. And the second card that has come up, the Seven of Rods, right? And that is the card of boundaries. And like, I feel like Spirit is talking here very clearly. Like, you may have to take a step back and look at your boundaries. Are they still working for you? Are they protecting you? Are you honoring your boundaries? Or are you just kind of, getting caught up in the heat of the moment? And hi, Fatima. She is still here. Yeah. Are you getting caught up in the heat of the moment trying to help people and, in the process you're draining yourself? I don't know. That's kind of what I get for this reading. 7. I don't have a booklet. I'm like, where's the booklet? Oh, yes, I do. I have a booklet right here. Playing with symbols. Let me see. Oh, shoot. Is this a Thoth deck? I didn't know this was a Thoth. Look what's inside this deck. The Tree of Life. That's cool. The star, the moon, the sun. But I was looking for the Seven of Rods. Where's that at? Where's the rods? Coins, swords, cups, rods. 7 of Rods. Okay, I'm going to read to you what it says, okay? Debs, I'm a big heart with 2 legs. I think you're right. I think you're right. Okay, Debs, look what it says. I'm going to show you the card. There's the big heart with the 2 legs right there. You are in the middle of a challenging situation, but you can put up quite a show as you meet the challenge. I feel like you would fight to the death, I feel like. To the death. Where's that from? Princess Bride. Right there. And this is interesting. Not only do you rise to the challenge, but you enjoy it. I think you like fighting for what you think is fair and equitable. You will not take no for an answer, and you are determined to fight as long as it takes to win the battle. The conflict may be within you or with someone else, but either way, you shouldn't give up on your ideas, your opinions, or the things that are important to you. One who prevails will keep standing tall. You will demonstrate willful endurance against any struggle or competition. Be sure of yourself. That will give you an advantage. So that is what the booklet has to say about this card. I still kind of feel like that's true and there's nothing wrong with that. But in the context of this reading, where am I doing too much? And then we have the sun and the 7 of rods. To me, I feel like you might be overextending yourself. And I do feel like that leads to burnout. Yeah, I agree with Scotty. We all love a good fight, especially if it's something that we believe in. I do protect my loved ones fiercely. Yeah, you didn't even have to say that. I know. The character from the new RPG. Which one? This one? Or this one? I love this deck. It's so like kooky. Strange. You know that song? When you're strange. Who sings that song? Is it the Doors? That's the only part of the song I know. We're almost done with his doctor, so me time is coming. Yes, but I want you to be present when your time comes. So you got to make sure to take care of yourself too. You can't go, go, go. You got to feed your soul too. Where are you doing too much, Deb? Where are you doing too much? Ooh, see, it's fire red. Where are you doing too much? You gotta listen, girl. When you're strange. Yes, I know that song. I'm resting tomorrow. Okay, good. Good, I'm glad. All right, that was my reading for New York Debs. Beautiful. Wow, is that everybody? For a minute, I felt like the list was not going to end. All right, put that there. And I'm using my, ooh, look at that book. It's like a mirror. People come out when you're strange. Helping friends and who I live with and run, run, run. Yeah. Has a gang of post-its. I do. I totally believe in the power of the post-it note. I needed a post-it note the other day at the office and there was not one to be found. I said, Lord. Oh, The Doors. Yes, I love that song. All right. Any other questions for anybody? I have my pendulum if anybody has a yes no question. And I also got inspired when Carolina came in and I pulled out my dowsing rod. So let me know. I could use those too. My son scored a goal today. Oh, that's amazing. Yay. I love that. Well done. It was the bottom of the ninth. No. Here it is. Bum, bum, bum. Well done. So I forgot earlier in the chat somebody was talking about we were talking about burnout and it just came up now in the reading. And I mentioned that I had a period of burnout and you know, I was saying like when I receive messages from spirit, like they're either super subtle where I don't understand anything that's going on, or they're like the type of message where they like grab you by the shoulders and shake you, and then you're like, okay, okay, I get it. So it was one of those situations. I was out in nature. It was a beautiful day. I was with a gang of people. We were on a hike. The hike was too much. Okay. The hike was too much. I was not prepared for this hike. I had not hiked in quite some time. I thought that I could do the hike. I thought I could do the hike, but it was more than I could do. It was 8 miles, this hike. But I think the part about the hike that was difficult was that it was on very rough terrain because it was out on a nature trail and there were first of all there were many like canopies of trees everywhere, and the root system of the trees, they were all popping out, so basically you were walking in a bed of roots, right? So I start this hike. We get to the halfway point, the 4 mile mark. Now maybe some of you are thinking, if you knew it was too much, why didn't you go back? Well, because it was a circle. So either way, at the 4 mile mark, if I went back, I had 4 miles. If I went forward, I had 4 miles. So I decided to continue. And generally, I am an introvert. So I like to stay at the end of the group. This was a large group. Now, I've mentioned before that I used to love to hike with a ladies group. This particular group was mixed, men and women, and there was about 30 people on this hike. I like to stay at the back, but I knew that I was getting tired and I was struggling, so I thought if I tried to stay in the middle, that that would motivate me, like the fire in me, the Aries in me would push to keep going. So what happened was that I was losing my footing. I kept tripping over the roots. I was tired and eventually I hit a root and I completely face planted. So I just described that the whole thing was roots, a root system. So obviously, when I face planted, I hurt every part of my body. I had bruises on my toes, my knees, my arms, my chest, my face. I cut myself right here. The tree like hit me like right here. It was such a severe fall that, I wear the Apple Watch. The alarm on the Apple Watch went off, like the one that notifies your circle that you're in trouble, right? The alarm went off and I completely like knocked out. Like it took me, I don't know, it felt like a while before I like came to, and the group helped me get up again. But now I was so ashamed and embarrassed, because I knew that it was too much for me, and I shouldn't have done it, but I did it anyways, and now I had no other choice. And the worst part was I still had 3 miles left to finish the hike. And this was it was a what you call, like a routine, a pattern. It was a pattern that I was seeing in my life. That I was pushing myself so hard to do all these things. I was hiking, I was biking, I was in the gym, and every time I turned around, I was hurting myself, and then landing in physical therapy for 6 to 8 weeks, and then getting back out there, and then hurting myself, and then going back to physical therapy, and then getting back out. And it was a pattern. It was like I didn't know when to stop, right? So at the end of that, it was like the day before Halloween. And I thank God that I was not driving that day. I had carpooled with a friend. And I got home, I took a bath, and I was literally in my bed for 2 full days after that incident. And then, like, my face got bruised. And I felt, I don't know what happened. I felt ashamed and humiliated and embarrassed. And so I refused to go on camera at work. Like, I was virtual, so we did everything by camera. I was not turning on my camera. I did not want anybody to see my face in that condition. And I was ashamed. I didn't want my kids to see me that way. I don't know what possessed me. I swear to you, like everything, I stopped everything. I stopped everything. I stopped working out at the gym. I stopped riding my bike. My bike is still parked in the garage at this moment. I stopped hiking. I stopped doing tarot cards. I stopped journaling. I stopped everything. And I did that like 9 months. I did that for 9 months until I finally, like, uh, I don't know. I don't know what happened. I went through a whole cycle of feelings and thoughts and things, and then one day, Like 9 months after, I picked up a deck, and by this point I had packed all of my decks away. I had put everything away. I got everything out. And then one day I came, I pulled everything out. I had decks everywhere all around me. And I had never done this before because at the time I was only recording top down. I had never showed my face on camera at that point. But that day I turned on the laptop and I just started filming and talking. And I went through my entire collection of decks. Like, look at this deck. I bought this. I don't know why I bought this. Here's another deck. I haven't even opened it. Here's another deck. I don't even like this deck anymore. And I just went through my whole thing. And like doing that out loud was so helpful, to help me process all of that information and everything that was going on. But that was what, like, that was what helped me kickstart and restart my channel. And I've been going like ever since. So yeah, anyways, that's what happened to me with my period of overwhelm. I was overwhelmed. I was burned out. I was doing too many things. I was trying to, like, do all these things. It was a tower moment. And like, even in my journal, I even felt trapped in my journal. Like, I just felt like I had no room to spread out and be creative because I had all these, I got to do this. And it was like everything was a checklist, a checkbox of things that I wanted to get done. And I was like, I can't keep living like this. I couldn't do it. I got rid of everything. I got rid of everything. And I kept thinking, like, what am I gonna do? Like, I invested hundreds of dollars in this, like, deck collection. And when I came back, I got rid of so many decks. I had so many, like, out of print decks. Um, I sold like a bunch. I sold so many decks. I sold decks for a year. I got rid of a lot of stuff. But you live and learn, and that helped me to get to where I am today. So I feel like all of that was just part of the process. I had to learn the hard way that I was overdoing it. I was not honoring myself. I was tiptoeing all over my own I don't even think I had boundaries. I was just trying to do everything. Like, it was just crazy. I felt bad because I have 7 decks. I'm not gonna lie, but like, I just got these shelves and I put my decks there. And I just got to the point where I had to flip them over and start stacking them because they no longer fit in the shelves. I mean, I'm out of control. They no longer fit in the shelves. I really spoiled myself last month. I brought in so many decks. I gotta pull back. But yeah, that's my story. I'm sticking to it. That's what happened to me. And it's not just deck overwhelm. I feel like anybody that has any kind of, especially like a spiritual practice, it is easy to become overwhelmed. Um, you know, there's so many videos out there on that topic. It brought you here today. Yeah, it did. It did. Look at you. I'm glad you fell. Oh, that's awesome. Thank you. Yeah. But I needed spirit to, kind of slap the shit out. I mean, in essence, that's what it did. It slapped the shit out of me, right? Because I just wasn't getting it. Unfortunately, I was a knucklehead for, the longest time, and spirit like had to talk to me, like get like really intense. Um, I know, Scotty. Knocked you on your keister. It was a face plant. Like, I have heard that expression so many times, but I never experienced, when you fall so hard that it knocks the wind out of you? That's what happened. That's what happened. My toes were My toes suffered for a year after that. Like, the impact was so strong that eventually both of my toes, like my nails, fell off my toes, and then I had to wait for them to regrow back. It was awful. Like the recovery from that fall was just wow. I never felt anything like that before. Mhm. And I should have known. Like at that time, I would have been prepared for a 3 to 5 mile hike. 8 miles was too much. And I pushed myself, and look what happened. And I was doing the same thing with my bike. Like a 15-mile ride on the bike feels good to me. So why was I trying to do 20 miles, 25 miles, 30 miles, sometimes 40 miles I would do on my bike? Like, was it necessary? Like, did I have to do that? Did I have to keep pushing myself like that? I probably just did further damage on my knees by, by doing stuff like that. I was working with a personal trainer. It was just a disaster. I was doing all kinds of things. I was looking good though, I have to say. I was looking good. I was in great shape and I was looking good, but like at you have to ask yourself at what cost, right? So yeah. Now I have to I'm hesitant because like I want to get back and start doing things, but I know that I tend to get carried away, so I have to find a delicate balance to be able to do everything. Yeah, it does. It becomes an obsession. I did the same thing with yoga. I had a yoga practice and I took that to an I take everything to the extreme, to the max. I feel like a lot of times that comes from that hustle mentality that we have. Um, you know, I certainly dealt with a lot of that growing up as a kid. There were no boys. And I knew my dad always wanted a boy, and so I just thought like if I worked hard, that if I could be strong like a boy, then that he would love me, and you know, and you tell yourself all kinds of stories and you do all kinds of things. All right, here's the website for the UFO files being released. Ooh, okay. Everybody is pretty disappointed with the files. Why? Why are they disappointed? I thought they weren't going to release it until tomorrow. What happened? I like to push limits like bicycle too far, not an obsession though. Yeah. Riding a bike was the closest I ever experienced. Like, when they say like a runner's high, I have experienced that on the bike. But that comes after at least like you got to have at least 10 miles in before you start to get there. 10 miles. You got to do at least 10 miles. Ah. Oh, it was today. Okay. Is that why people were disappointed? I went totally misread yoga class with that whole downward facing dog thing. Scotty, why would that be a situation? More UFO files. What happened? Tell us, Karen Suki. Why are they disappointed? What's the verdict? Are they just giving people what they think people want to hear? Stuff we already knew. Okay. All right. Salt bath. Ooh, that's good. I like to do like 50% Himalayan sea salt and 50% Epsom salt. And then I put some essential oils in. But I haven't done it in a while. I need to. Every time I'm like, oh, I'm gonna do it, and then I'm like, oh, I don't want to go through all that. Because I'll like take all this time setting everything up, and then I get in the tub, and then I'm like, all right, how long do I have to stay here? How long do I have to stay here? I put borax in. You're so crazy. Oh my gosh, for real? It's been a while. Yeah, it's been a while. Mm-mm-mm. I have not listened to the new videos yet. Okay. Nobody expected to be surprised in the first place. Yeah, I guess that's true. Yeah, for real. Borax in the tub water? Bubbles. Interesting. Is that a thing? Epsom salt. Yeah, I like Epsom salt. Baking soda. That's like a science experiment. Yes, we're all going in. We're all going in, Laura. I hope you have a garden tub. You have a garden tub. I have it's not a garden tub, but you know, it's nice and wide. It just it would have been nice if it had the jets. Mine doesn't have the jets. I stick to salts. Yeah. I get those like bath bombs where you throw it in the water and then it, you know, turns into something. Those are pretty cool. I was buying them from Secret Earth Crystals, and there you put it in the in the thing, and they had flower petals, essential oils, and at the center of the bath bomb would be some crystals. So then, when you finished your bath, you would find the crystals in the water, which was pretty cool. Bath salts for smoking? Oh my god. I'll get it ready for Truth Wave and we can all pile in. Oh, that's a good idea. We should all join Bath Maven, Serena. We should all join. Be like, hey, we're all in the bath today. No porch crew. No porch crew for Scotty. Everybody's in the bath. Lush for bath bombs. Is that a brand, Desiree? Lush? Is that a brand? You know what, Desiree? I have bought face masks to the for us to do on the trip, and then I forgot about them, and then when I got home and I was unpacking, I was like, what the hell, we never did this. Oh, a store in the mall. Oh, okay. mm. All right, friends, well, if nobody has any further questions, then I guess we can call it a night. We can call it a night. How long have we been on? 206 minutes. I don't even know how long that is. 6 times 4 is 24. Okay, so it's less than 4 hours, but I think it's more than three. 5, 6, 7, 8, 3.5 hours. That's a while. It went by pretty quick though. At first, like, it felt like we did a lot of readings, but we didn't. I did, let's see, I had the reading for Eunartha. That was very empowering. And then the reading for Michael Stevens. Then we had a new person, Avalon the Virgo. I did the reading for them. And then we had another new person, Kenza, and I did that reading. I did the reading for Trista. And we had Sweetheart. That was a new. That's not the same Sweetheart that has been to Truth Wave, I don't think. Oh, is Millie here? Hi, Millie. Jimena's talking on a subject that makes me feel so sick, so I can't go today. What time is him? I thought Jimena went in the afternoons. I'm confused. I thought Jimena went live in the afternoon. Yeah. What is the topic? I thought she did afternoon lives. Jimena is live too. Okay. It's a different Sweetheart. Yeah. So I read for Sweetheart. I read for Angela May. Then we had Simran. That's a new person. We had Manju. That's a new person. I did Laura's reading. We had April Girl, another new person. And then we had Debs. I think it was a good night. Sweetheart was from India. Okay. Yeah. I did not type that weird. What was it? Well, should we end and go to Jimena's? What was the, wait, hold on. What was the topic of the thing for Jimena? No, everybody's supposed to go into the bath at the same time so that when we go to Truth Wave, we could all be like, we're part of Lakeside Laura's Borax Club. Fake friends who lie to you. Oh, that's the topic? Fake friends who lie to you. Yikes. Damn. Friends that lie to you. That's hard. Borax Club. Borax Club. Borax Club. The bath at Laura's. Okay. And Scotty's jacuzzi. Chatty. Scotty always has to change into something else. That's what I was saying, but Laura said she put borax, so Laura is the friend who's lying to me. I'm gonna go make a testimonial on Jimena's channel. Lakeside Laura said that she put borax in her bath, so I did it, and my skin burned off. Can you do that? It's a detox thing. We shall soon find out. Borax in bath water. Oh, it comes up. Borax bath detox. Oh, snap, it came up. It's a recipe made of borax, baking soda, and 2 other things. No. Oh my God. It's a thing for real. Where'd my chat go? Right here and right there. Borax tablets. Oh, it's too long. Hold on. Dissolving borax in hot water. I'll have to do it in 2 posts. Oh, Michael Stevens came back. Yeah. I'll delete that. Delete that. Okay, here's part 2, and then here is part 3. Okay, I did it in 3 parts. So detoxification, inflammation relief, and skin health. But there's safety concerns. So it's usually combined with Epsom salt. Oh, bentonite clay. That's what I use for my face. Remember the Indian clay? That's what I use for my face. You could put that in your bath. Ooh. The borate ions penetrate the skin to remove the toxins, reduce inflammation, and relieve muscle or joint pain. I gotta put that on my knees. I gotta put it on my knees. This is what I got. Okay, tell us what you got. Lord. Is not recommended with bath water. Skin irritation, burn rashes, and peeling. Oh, yeah, like if you have sensitive skin, it's a household cleaning product and laundry booster not intended for personal care. Okay, so if you decide to proceed, do so at your own risk. Friends, I just want to share that everything that we talk about on this channel is for entertainment purposes. Please, you know, Use use your own judgment. Do your own research. Okay? Do your own research. You don't dump a bunch in. I think it's probably measured burns, rashes, and peelings. Yeah. When I use that face clay, it leaves my skin like super, super tight, and like I could only handle it for so long. After a certain point, I'm like, get it off me. So it can be, it can be challenging. That's interesting that Jimena is going on at this time. Like I always thought that Jimena went live in the afternoons. Is she still doing the afternoon show? It used to be at 2 o'clock. She's not doing that one anymore. Maybe her schedule has changed. That was Google. Oh, the Tub Gang. We have to ask Serena. Yeah. Well, I mean, it's good to be informed of the pros and the cons, I guess. Boron, sodium, and water. Okay. um, Jimenez channel. Healing for the soul. Um, I can't remember her channel. Magical healings. Um, Jimena. I don't know. I don't know what it is. Ivermectin. You'll probably get negative stuff too. I've never heard of that term. Ivermectin. You have to research. Magic of healing. Okay. Thank you. Magic of healing. Yeah. 40 years with pets and with people. Debs, are you still making your dog treats or are you just thinking about it? Oh, here's a link. Open in new tab. Oh, how I deal with being lied to by friends. Okay. I don't know. It seems like she might be dealing with just a lot of stuff right now. I'm doing, yeah, yeah. I don't either. I just wanted to take a bath, you guys. I just wanted to take a bath, you guys. Mm-mm-mm. Yeah, keep your friends close and your enemies closer. Well, it's because you just sometimes people have hidden agendas. It's hard. Let's all take a bath. Yeah, we can. What? Work on your bullshit meter. All right. All right. Yeah, Scotty. Yeah, Scotty. Oh. All right, friends. I think we're gonna say goodnight. Your bullshit meter is tops. Ooh, I wanted us to take a bath. Okay, what should we do? Let's synchronize watches. At what time? What time should we do it? I only shower. How could that be, Debs? Wait, do you have a bathtub? Yeah, hot tub is good. I would do that. Tub mode tonight at Laura's. Mhm. I have to give my tub a cleaning before I take a bath. For real, because you know what? Like I don't use my tub very often, so believe it or not, I have to dust. I have to dust my tub when I want to use it. Going in now. Okay. Enjoy. All right, friends. Thank you so much for hanging out. This was fun. And I guess I will see you either at Jimena's or over at Truthwave. I soak until I'm a raisin. That's a good idea. Like I get in and then I'm like, now what am I supposed to do? Like I can't just sit there. Who needs to dust the tub? I do, Scotty, because I haven't. My tub is just there, taking up space. I don't use it that often, so I have to dust it. Ay, ay, ay. All right, you guys, have a good night, and I'll see you next time.